street around here is all kosher. Trash, bro.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the pre-show of Hashtag Hills for Life, episode 268. It's your boy Zigga the Beast, accompanied with my good friend Fat Daddy Enforcer, another one of my good friends, Chris Dillsworth. Add the S in there like Stevie Ray does. And we have Gary, the bearded one, from FTR. Follow the Revolution. Make sure y'all go and check them out over on Facebook and all the other platforms that they're on. So what's up, guys? As we get everyone filed in, as everyone get the notifications. What's everybody feeling right now? How y'all doing?
I'm great. I'm fine. I was actually supposed to
let me get this
Chicago.
Going.
Do you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you perfect.
I am doing great. Great. I was actually supposed to go to Chicago today for Taste of Chicago, but my black ass did not. I just was not feeling it today. But this weekend of wrestling, wow. After watching All In, I really had to seek a therapist. I had to seek a spiritual guidance. I really did. Really did. And me and God and Jesus, we talked with one another when I was watching Bel Air, and then when I watched Bel Air, I needed another therapy session because after what I seen for the season finale, I'm like, wow, okay. So it's just like one thing after another. But other than that, I'm great to be here. I'm here.
What about you, Gary? How you feeling, man?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm just like, my great dudes here. Like, football season really feels like it's back because, man, it's just so excited that the NFL is back. But when you are just digesting the first day of the pro football world, it just tends to get really tiring, especially when you had an amazing pay-per-view last night, carrying that over.
That's good.
I usually make a nice spread of food when it comes to football day for the first week, but I'm like, not today.
Man, that's a good point because my Saints, they went out there and tore them Panthers up, and then right before that we had All Out. It's just been a great weekend, man. How y'all football teams doing?
Shut up.
People barely won their game, so that makes me happy.
What about you, Chris? How you doing? How them Packers doing, bro?
Shut up.
Okay. Well, who that nation gonna hold it down for y'all, man.
Who do you like?
Yeah. Who you got, Enforcer?
Fucking Giants. Fucking Giants.
Dude. Oh, no.
Shit.
That's crazy.
Hey. That is the fucked up part about my whole situation. Like, I didn't know he was a backup, and this motherfucker take his anger out on us. Like, we the motherfuckers drafted him and traded him. No. It was the guys wear green on the other side. They did, not us. But I already knew once I saw Down Jones start quarterback. Like, oh, yeah.
Hello, RB. How you doing?
What's up, Audrey? Yeah, that's kind of deplorable, man. We have the Super Bowl in New Orleans, and Kendrick is the halftime show. It's not like Lil Wayne is from down here. Cash Money. I think that would be kind of a lit Super Bowl halftime show. But
he might bring him out. He might bring him out.
I don't know. Hopefully so. Manny Fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. Kendrick got respect. He gonna bring them out. Unless all y'all on Drake's side, then he like fuck y'all.
Well, Drake is under the Young Money umbrella.
I know, but so if they say, hey, can we bring Drake? Fuck y'all. No, never mind. Okay, I'm gonna be the West Coast on this one.
Hey, they might squash the beef on the grand stage, bro. They might bury the hatchet, as we say in wrestling. Sean and Brett did it.
I still don't believe that shit, even though he did turn Christian. I don't believe that. I just don't. Because, when it comes to Shawn Michaels' beliefs, it's always...
Oh, boy, here we go.
No, I'll go just say, because Bret Hart hates everyone.
I mean, he has a reason to. I mean, because people like humans are stupid.
He hates everyone.
They messed over that man, bro, and he was a tech. I don't know. That's a whole nother TED.
Yeah, that's a whole other show.
Like, because I love Bret Hart, man.
But see, here's the thing. Like, Bret Hart acts like a pussy, and he don't even need to. Like, he says one thing about, like, listen, he was badmouth from Triple H on one promo or one interview, and now he's coming back to WWE to be a special guest to talk shit about to talk shit together.
If you're getting money thrown at you, bro, it makes all
yeah.
I mean, into a
and they paying him Canadian money. Come on.
Yeah.
I like
what exactly is Canadian money though?
Like a it's like 5 cents
over
to our
diabolical.
dollar.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
It's like 5 cents to our dollar.
And how many times
really started?
You really think that's the match tonight? Oh, we can't wait. We gotta talk about
no
that.
limit coming out. Make them say, "Oh."
No,
they're gonna boo him off the stage for coming out with that shit, bro.
Fuck out of here. This is stupid.
Hey, make sure we got some people starting to follow. And make sure y'all hit that like button. That helps us get into the algorithm. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button if y'all aren't already subscribed. Look, if you are on our YouTube channel right now and you look at the top of the screen and that subscribe button is red, just go ahead and tap it. Make it gray. That means you're tapped in. And then whenever we go live, you'll be notified.
Nice.
Indeed. Because tonight, everyone,
we're
going to be talking about a lot of shit. Not only all in, but all out. We're also going to be talking about some other related, relevant related wrestling news as well. So,
correct.
Please share, everybody, and please like the program. Thank you.
Hey Ziggy, can we get a stand ovation? This is Chris's first full-time return. Like,
I know it's the fall, now I was on vacation and I'm forced to come back, unfortunately. So
I'm not gonna lie, I walked outside this morning, it was like 81, 82 degrees. It was lovely. That was the first time I walked outside, stood outside for longer than 5 minutes and didn't break into a sweat. It was amazing. How's the weather in y'all's area, in y'all neck of the woods? Is it getting a little better?
About the same.
It's getting colder.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
It's getting cold. No. Well,
y'all can keep
I'm a homebody.
It was like 42 degrees in the morning before I headed to work. I'm like,
it was what?
It was like 42 degrees.
Wait, where you at, Gary?
He's in Minnesota.
Get off the show.
He's in Minnesota.
God.
He's colder than me. I'm all the way down at the south.
Yeah, we back cool with Minnesota now since 2018. It was some Minnesota Miracle, all that stuff, but we cool with Minnesota now.
Oh, that was way
cool.
That was
that was a while back, yeah, bro.
That was diabolical, right?
That was diabolical. But the Rams game with the no call, we was like, Minnesota wasn't that bad.
Oh, yeah, I think y'all was cursed, man.
They just be hating on us, bro.
They ain't want Drew to win a ring. That's what
Man, what's up, Willis?
Bro, he support Trump, so he got cursed.
Hey, man, look. Whatever they political affiliation is, they had nothing to do with him throwing touchdowns.
Yes, it did. That's why he retired.
No, I don't.
They saw that red cap.
I don't care about none of that.
Go.
Score touchdowns.
That's the only
Let me hit on my parlays.
They saw that red cap and it's like, you gotta go. You gotta go now.
That's all cap.
That's the only good thing about Tim Walz when he was in Minnesota. He was probably part of that Minnesota Miracle, and now him going for VP for Kamala Harris. You suck. You were horrible in this damn state. You can go.
That man is so
y'all starting to fall in. There you go.
Where was Tim Walz? Tim Walz didn't do shit about those riots, here in Minneapolis.
Starting 5.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is that what's going on, Mayor? I think that's where they're gonna hurt him in that, because they're gonna talk about them riots. Because they already talked about, like, in Democrat states, that Democrats are not hard on crime. So just know be prepared for them shenanigans. So,
All right.
I'm not into political talk, dude, but when you think about, our country as a whole, you got to think smart. Who's going to be, in that White House? I don't even want Trump in there either. So,
what's going on, Nicholas, on Facebook? How you doing?
All right, y'all. We hit our 10-minute mark. Y'all ready to get the show started?
I'm ready.
Yes, sir.
All right. Once again, for those that are just following in, we're gonna get ready to kick off episode 268 of hashtag Heels for Life. We're gonna recap All Out and also get into heel news and rumors with our esteemed guest, All Elite Bearded Gary Joe. We have Fat Daddy Enforcer. We have the wild card, Chris Dilworth, back, and I'm Ziggy the Beast. I'll be your moderator for this afternoon, this evening, and we'll see y'all after the intro.
I know what you're thinking. What a great team. And it's been Heels for Life since 2018. Let them feel that heel heat. Heels for Life, the club, yeah, it's too sweet. Big boots, we put heels to face. We are Heels for Life, everybody's great. We're at the SmackDown Hotel having a cook.
What's going on, wrestling true believers? It's a great day in Zamunda.
He's back.
I'm back. Horns, please. Standing ovations. Thank you to the fat one over there in the corner. Thank you. Yes, everybody. It has been a while since I've been here on hashtag Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast. Welcome to another episode of our great show, episode 268. You already know who I am. We have our special guest, Mr. Gary from Minnesota, one of my neighbors, one of my good friends. How you doing, Mr. Man?
Doing pretty good, my man. Thanks so much for having me again for the first time since World's End last year. So,
it's been a minute. It's been like 65 million years since we actually had you on the podcast. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I've been trying. I not trash, but I've been on vacation. You know what I'm saying? On TikTok. But anyway, Mr. Big Daddy, Fat Daddy, Mr. Muscles down there in Virginia. What's going on, Mr. Antonio? How you doing?
Well, it's nothing much, bro. Just enjoying wrestling as always. How you doing up in the great Milwaukee?
I'm just depressed, fat, black, and Bama, just here, but I'm happy to be here though.
Well, let's bring some joy into your life tonight, shall we?
Of course. And of course, we got the co-founder, Mr. Ziggy the Beast, that will be our moderator this evening. How you doing?
It's good, man. Just typical babyface on the heel show. Just making sure I moderate, make sure everything is good to go with the show. Also in the chat, you see we did some new changes, to celebrate WILDCARD coming back. Let us know if y'all like the new overlay, the new changes. Let us know, man. But also make sure you please follow before we miss the opportunity. Make sure you follow our buddy Gary Joe at FTR. What was it again? Follow the
Revolution.
The Revolution. Yes. Over on Facebook.
I promise you, anybody that loves AEW, it is definitely a safe place to be. I mean, I just removed over 2,000 nonsense followers. Well, not followers, but people. That took 3 hours. But hey, I don't like to see, a lot of hatred towards AEW fans. I just want to be fans. So.
You know what? You know what? Before we start the program, I actually want to have a conversation with you guys about what Gary just stated. Because we got like a 2-hour program, and I really don't want to focus this on WWE because we seen a masterpiece last night. Was it a perfect pay-per-view? No, it was not a perfect pay-per-view. However, it was actually one of the best pay-per-views of 2024. Gary, why do you think there's so much division, so much, I like to say, segregation in the wrestling community? If we really, really want to keep it real, like I really feel that we're in the 1960s. Instead of us talking about color, it's like it depends on like what type of wrestling fan, or more so what type of brand you represent. So my question to you is that why do we have this type of segregation energy in 2024?
Honestly, dude, I think when it comes down to the nitty gritty of things, wrestling fans simply have, their different, flavors when it comes to wrestling, whether that's a PG product or a very edgy TV 14 product. People don't accept the fact that AEW changed, like they have changed. People fear change, don't understand why. When I watch an AEW program, I'm thinking to myself, this is awesome. This company has its own identity. People want AEW to steer away from the violence like last night. But you complain that AEW wants to be different. Well, that's what AEW is trying to prove, time and time again. Sure, sometimes Tony may be doing some interesting booking decisions, but guess what? He's an inexperienced booker. But when you have the knowledge of the people that give him that advice, whether that's Billy Gunn, Sting, whoever it may be, that is a legend in this business. It will actually make the product better. It will actually, like, one thing that I've noticed with AEW this year, they have been absolutely storyline driven more than anything. And that's one thing that I absolutely love AEW for, is Tony listens to the critics time and time again, and that guy goes on fucking Twitter. And when he sees an attempt with somebody being stupid, like let's say Jim Cornette's lawyer saying, "Oh, JR's, barely getting paid there." JR was just announcing last night. What the fuck?
First of all, why the fuck a lawyer is getting in? Like, what? Why is his opinion even matters? Like, he's supposed to be representing somebody, like, based on a case. Why the fuck are you putting in your moist opinions about like who runs their company, whatever? Listen, Jim Cornette, it always been controversial. Totally get it. But it's some bitch ass people like Coach, why are you talking, bro?
The thing that he said today was like, and again, I think that's where the AEW, the non-existent AEW fan is just going to go on Twitter and they're going to clap back and agree. And I'm like, are you agreeing because it's coming from Tom, Dick, and Harry? I read something from NoDQ.com, which, mind you, I appreciate the founder on there. I've been following them since 2012, but their opinions is what makes their fucking fan base so bad. It's just out of this, it's out of this world, man. Like, he published something this evening saying Tony needs to step down. Yeah, and then if Tony stepped down, what's going to happen with the company? You're going to see a really bad shift. You're going to see some really bad things happen with the company. More this company succeeds, more you're going to see other places succeed. Look at Matt Cardona, for example. I love Cardona. I wouldn't be surprised if that's Kevin Owens' mystery partner next week, because Cardona really wants to get back into a major promotion. So, at the end of the day, it's just people are obnoxiously weird, especially on Twitter.
Recently I just came back to Twitter. It's kind of insane because I was looking at some of the because you can't stream like these type of like live streams. You can't do it, but you have to pay the premium fee. And I looked at the fees and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, they got the most basic shit, and they got like literally you can't really do anything. It's only for like $5. And then if you want to stream live, it's like $11. And then if you want the whole shebang, it's like $20.
You can time on it, bro.
But honestly, it's really kind of affecting our numbers because we were making big numbers over on Twitter. Like it was one point we was clocking at least about 60 viewers. Like it was combined, like with the guest that was on our show. They had their link, and then we had our followers on social media. But I was looking at this, I'm like, I don't think I really want to pay this much to stream. But then once again, we're trying to get our faces out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to like really stay consistent. But let me just talk to the comment section on Facebook. Mr. Skrilla, what's going on? Please do not disrespect me like that by calling me Mr. Hughes. Don't do that. I'm not that fat and I'm not that black. Thank you so much. Let me see. And everybody else that is coming into the show, welcome. What's going on? So if you guys are just coming in, please follow us. Everybody that's on the platform, follow our platform, follow Gary's. Currently we're talking about segregation in the wrestling industry. And also I just want to just point this out before we go on to All Out. There are a lot of wrestlers that is following us, and I love each and every one of you. You know that I will stick my neck out for you guys. But I'm just going to have to say this. There are some of you that do not keep the same energy whatsoever. I hate to say that because MVP is one of them. MVP sat here and literally alleged that Triple H was a racist. Then he backpedaled and said, "No, I didn't say that. Triple H was a racist." Maybe this is the wrong segment, but I just want to just kind of put this out here because I know I'm going to forget. I just really think that you need to hold your dick, you need to hold your clitoris or whatever sex you are, and you need to stand on business. If the motherfucker is a racist, he's a racist. It is well documented that Triple H is a fucking racist. I don't understand why we have to keep going back and forth with this subject. It is what it is. I mean, he literally could have gone back the hurt business, but this man did not want to do that because he did not want too much blackness on a white fucking network. Because at the end of the day, just like what Shane Taylor said before, he said we dominate every fucking sport, and he was real about this shit. We dominate every fucking sport, but then when we get to wrestling, it's like we have to convince ourselves that we're better than everyone else. It's just it blows my fucking mind. What you gentlemen think?
Bruh. So I think I stated this on many platforms that I can with this MVP thing. He's like, and let me disclaimer myself what I'm about to say. Please don't try to cancel me when I say this. But he reminded me of a lady that gets abused and says she runs to a door. You said what you said. And now you backpedaling. Why are you backpedaling? Because you want to return one day. Everybody that stands on their toes, we haven't seen them in WWE program for a very, very long time. You know you want to go back. So what you do if someone finally confronts you with what you said on Twitter, you said, I never said Triple H was a racist. I said just look at the product. Yeah, you're pointing that direction. You're giving everybody a boost to that direction. So it's to me, it's like, okay, just like we just said a little earlier with Bret Hart. Bret Hart, you talk all this shit about Triple H,
another one.
And guess what? You're on Monday Night Raw. I don't care if it's in your hometown. I don't care if it's in you, the great hero for Canada. You said what you said multiple times about Triple H. And guess what? You're coming back to it because the bag is right there. It's dangling in your face like a carrot. You know what I mean? It's but WWE got a history of this shit. Just like right now, as we speak, they are signing mad people to these legend contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And you telling me that this is surprising? Dude, Hulk Hogan came back. Bret Hart came back after 20 years. Bruno Sammartino came back before he passed. Jim Cornette came back to put two people in the Hall of Fame. The list could go on and on and on. If the money or the numbers are right, they're going to come back to the WWE. They always go talk their shit. They always. I swear, the money was right, and God bless him. Y'all know that's my pal. That's my buddy. He gave me the Fat Daddy name. Vince Russo. The price was right. Vince Russo will come back.
What's going on, D?
It's the number. It's not even about. It's not just a black and white thing. It's a green thing. When it comes to WWE, they got the money. They got the check. A blank. Here, come back. I give you a blank check. Give me your price. They gonna come back and so look at this past WrestleMania. I haven't seen Bubba Ray smile so hard in my life.
Because Bubba Ray is a cocksucker. I mean,
yes. $1 million man says it. He said it in his song. Everybody has a price.
Yeah, everybody does have a price, and he likes to be a power bottom. That's what Bubba Ray is. Wow. I mean, once again, y'all need to stand on business. A lot of y'all do not stand on business whatsoever, and it's very depressing to see this shit because y'all are so quick to call a wrestling fan a mark, but you are fucking mark yourself. At the end of the day, you are a mark. You're a bigger mark than me, but then when it comes to your money, get your money. I get it. Get your money. But at the end of the day, y'all don't stand on business whatsoever because Bubba Ray sit up here, Bully Ray sit up here and goes off at the mouth like on Busted Open Radio and try to make it seem like AEW is wrong for the business. But then we'll retract his statement like a week later or probably on Facebook or on Instagram or whatever and just say, oh, that's not what I meant. Oh, AEW is doing great or whatever. But now he just like everybody else on the worldwide E-Drum Federation sitting here and saying, well, it's just they should be doing any chair shots like that. It's just, no, you can't do that. I said, dude, when did you become a pussy? Did you become a pussy when you got before or after your contract?
It's surprising that when guys, especially guys that did a lot of hardcore wrestling, especially in ECW, and Bully Ray used to swing that chair like no other. Okay, he used to powerbomb people to fire flaming tables. You know,
Bully should actually backtrack for what he's saying because did he see what Stokely did last night? And remember, New Jack, like had New Jack, chair, shirt. Maybe you should be happy for fucking that. Like that is one thing that irks my nerves with a lot of these legends, like the Bischoffs, and the list goes on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
You need to really stop steering people the wrong way because, again, like that's another thing that brings me back to fans is that they're going to listen to this X, Y, and Z stupid, obnoxious opinion instead of these legends having beef with AEW, especially with Tony Khan. Maybe you should actually appreciate him back because he's rejuvenating the history that you made wrestling great for. I applauded them when I was a kid. Now I just don't even want to applaud because their values are garbage.
It's horrible.
The thing about that is Tony Khan is one of us with money. Okay, he's a fan. What gave him the idea? What he was at a wrestling show, a New Japan American-based wrestling show, and said, I might want to get into this. And knowing that Cody and the Young Bucks and Kenny was thinking about doing this, they met. A fanboy with money met with 4 to 5 guys that had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And we came with AEW. How we call AEW? Because of the original All In. An indie show sold out a 10,000 seat arena, which they was at last night.
It was on the Ring of Honor, right?
It was just an indie show. It was not even Ring of Honor, but it was based on all the indie stars coming together. See, Meltzer opened his mouth or typed that said that Ring of Honor cannot sell out a 10,000 seat arena. Cody said, bet, got you. and that's how it all started. But the thing is, Tony Khan is, like I said, he's a fan because he bringing back stuff that we watched back in the day. Like, I mean, look, and like I said, I always say wrestling's a copy and paste with a little twist.
Mm-hmm.
He bringing back the lights out segment. If nobody, I think WJ even said it last night. For those that didn't know what light out mean, lights out was pretty much unsanctioned. Like he like when the lights go out and y'all and come back on, y'all still here. That's on y'all. When the lights go out, y'all can leave if y'all want to. You know, they don't want y'all to leave, but the concept, that was the mindset. Mm-hmm. He did doing some old school shit. I give him his credit. But the thing is, the flip side is about these legends when they get to this. I understand where y'all came from. I understand a lot of people from that time is not with us right now because of shit like hard chair shots to the head, concussions, and CDC. I understand that. But that's when you should come in. Not be on the internet, not be on your show. Come in and hey, I want to talk to the guys and give them a little how to protect yourself, or put your hands or a safety precaution on class or something like that. Instead of going ahead and saying they're doing it wrong, why don't you bring your ass up down there and help them?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we care about the men and women in the industry because they put their lives on the line for us, and they could be walking out the house thinking that, hey, you know, ain't nothing gonna happen to me, and that might be the last time their relatives see them. I mean, look at Owen Hart, look at, like, you know, Eddie Guerrero, look at some of the greats. You know what I'm saying? Did we think that they were going to pass away? No. But it's just the wrestlers, the legends, they tell us that we need to respect the business, but they don't even respect themselves. They don't even respect the art that's going on in 2024. 10 years ago, people were leaving because WWE was putting on the same shit. They were disrespecting our intelligence on the fucking weekly basis.
I'm sorry, dude, but they still do.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be so. I'm not trying to be too critical, but at the end of the day, like, I mean, they are not the company that all of us grew up with. This is a different type of company. This is a company that is based on money, numbers, ratings, and blah 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 blah. That's why I love AEW. That's why I fuck with Gary so hard, because me and him share the same passion. Like, when I actually sat here and had a talk with him, did podcasts with him like we're doing now, and I told him, I said, I like this, but then I don't like this part. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we still love professional wrestling. We love wrestling that entertains us. That is why we are wrestling fans. That is why I am a wrestling mark, and I would still say that. But you're not going to insult my intelligence by saying that we shouldn't have this and we shouldn't have that because we should go based on a WWE system. Well, the WWE is not the begin all and end all. It's not. I say it might be a big company, but it's not. It might have been that like 20, 30 years ago, but it's not. Things have changed.
So I got two things. So was that my greatest enemy? It was funded not just by Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor let them use the cameras, let them use the equipment, but it was also funded by the Young Bucks and Cody's with their T-shirt sales. You're talking about the first
All In, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It
was that was yeah. And with Homeboy Mayor, I respect what you said. He did say that, but at the same time, if you go say that and they haven't called you, but you're still doing it, I think if he got the time, because sometimes Bully is not just I sit on my couch and he's actually a busy man. If he has the time, make the effort to go down there or meet them at whatever event they're gonna have, and just speak your shit. Like, hey, I want to help out. Tony will let you do it now. That's one thing I gotta say. Tony will let you come in. I mean, not even just Tony. I mean, hell, WWE let you come to the Performance Center during the week. He let a lot of you come to the Performance Center during the week. So if they're not calling you, make the effort if you got the time to walk over there and say, hey, I want to teach them how to protect yourself with your chair shots and and stuff like that. Cause like Chris just said, it could take just one slip, one over the top ropes, one high flyer that missed it by this much, or hell, just a simple backflip and you could slip and hit your head, something like that. It's nothing wrong with learning. Okay, we get old. As we get older, we still learn something new every day. You can be in the business for 20 years. You still learn something. Hell, some people that been in for 20 years probably never did a moonsault in their goddamn life. They want to do it one time to shock the fans. Learn.
I'm good.
I'm just saying. Like, hey,
I'll take a chair shot before that. Not to the head. Not to the head. No, not like what. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, we definitely talk about that. Yeah.
So I'm gonna tackle like one or two y'all comments, and throughout the night, y'all keep them going, because what we're gonna do more. We want to interact more with you guys, like we do on TikTok, because you guys are a big part of our podcast. So most definitely, we're going to definitely get to your comments. So let me go to Nightmare LLC. You said that Brett is so sorely missed in today's wrestling. Totally like it is, and fair with his critiques. Yeah, he is. But the issue is that Bret Hart, once again, he's the same person that sat up here and said this shit about Vince McMahon, said this shit about Triple H, but then he's showing up on WWE television. And then he has to understand that the WWE has disrespected his family on more than one occasion. Currently, what they're doing with Natalya doesn't even give a damn about herself, but she does care about her breast implants, but I digress. I just really feel that if you feel a certain way, then your energy shouldn't change. You should really keep the same energy. And that's the problem with today's society in wrestling. We don't keep the same energy. We act like that we have a concussion, and half of y'all do act like y'all delayed. So when I say delayed, that means y'all acting really, really fucking slow. Okay, that's my new terminology now, because I can't really say it on Twitter, or I can't say it on TikTok like I really want to. But I think delayed is very proper, and I really like that word delayed, because some of y'all takes are absolutely ridiculous. I'm not going to even lie. They're very delayed.
I like to listen. Bret Hart is what he said he used to be. I used to love it, and he was the best it is, the best it was, the best ever will be. And yeah, one thing I would say, he is missing like the technical part of wrestling. And don't get me wrong, we got some people that could do that. Zack Sabre Jr. What's my man name? That's with Shane Taylor Promotions. Lee Moriarty. We already know how Daniel Bryan gets down. It's a lot of people, and so it's something WWE. I just think that he sometimes looks like he's full of himself, but he deserves to be full of himself. If you knew the time when he was champion and had to go in and be champion after Hulk Hogan left, and that during the steroid scandal, he was the guy. Him and Shawn Michaels was the guy. You know, him, Shawn Michaels, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, those guys, Undertaker, had to hold the realms down from the cartoon era of the wrestling, and then the Attitude era, and then what happened to him? Like, he felt like he was not appreciated. I understand his hatred, his hurt. Like, you gonna be hurt for a long time, because you did. First of all, you did that you did that live on TV, millions of people watching. Then you did it in his home country, in front of his wife and children, in front of his pops, in front of his moms, hell, the whole Hart family.
Hey, bro. Hey, can you get that one comment from Jermaine, and then I'm gonna get the other one from Nightmare that will start.
Yeah, I got you. Jermaine Presley says that was my problem with the Willow versus Statlander street fight. The table spot, they did a lot of dangerous spots in that match. That's why Mercedes versus Sheeta was more real to me.
So he talking about that. Like I said, you could take one over and you could miss it. That spot that she hit the table, but she still kind of leg still hit Willow. It's a whole bunch of spots in there that they was trying to go hard. You got to remember, they follow Will Ospreay and Pac. So we got to talk about that.
But yeah, we're gonna talk about that match in a second. But let me just get to the last one. Let me just respond to Nightmare. You said that people are allowed to change their minds, bro. You are allowed to change your viewpoints. You are absolutely correct. You are. So please don't make it seem like I'm like you don't have a right to change your mind. However, there is a difference between just saying an opinion and just being a fucking dick. Okay. If I'm saying something, then I'm in the middle of a debate. This is literally a debate show. This is a discussion show. If you're saying something that is not factual, does not hold no weight, sir, I'm just going to ask you, like, okay, are you standing on your 10 toes, or are you just saying something just to be saying something because you just want to be heard? That's all I'm saying. Because if that's the case, then me and you going to be clashing a lot. Because there's a lot of them that be like, oh, well, this is their viewpoint. Yeah, sometimes their viewpoint is controversial at best. You can't sit here and then tell me that, oh, well, it was AEW that started the tribalism in the first place. Is that your opinion? Yeah, that's my opinion. But do you understand that opinion is stupid? Because AEW did not even start the fucking t-shirt company BS. But see, that's once again,
I mean,
other people's viewpoint. But
I mean, that's what people say is everybody has a right to their opinion, or everybody has their opinion, or what was the other one? Opinions are like asshole. Everyone got one.
Because I know.
But when you say stuff like that, you're trying to make an opinion sound like a fact.
Mm-hmm.
When you say stuff like, "Oh, since AEW came on, that's when the tribalism was here," but before AEW came on, they was getting mad at TNA. For AEW,
not at this level.
No, they was, of course, not at this level because TNA was not trying to be one-on-one, except for probably a couple months when Hulk Hogan got there. But they used to do that. Like,
but don't you think it's weird now? Like, oh, okay, listen, Gary, I want you to get in this conversation.
Okay,
absolutely.
Do you think it's a little bit weird? Oh my God, this is a cult. This is not a wrestling fan. I'm sorry, this is a cult because you can't sit here and tell me, oh my God, Joe Hendry. Listen, bitch, I've been doing this. Listen, I believe in Joe Hendry. Be way before that partnership. You are weird. You are weird. Now everybody talk about, oh yeah, TNA is going to take over because they're partnering with WWE. Dude, something is really wrong with that part. Gary, what is going on here with this shit?
Dude, I really don't know. I'm all for constructive criticism. I'd rather hear that over a bullshit opinion, obviously. Like, let's say, as you know, Chris, I'm posting something great on my socials, and next thing you know, people turn around saying, well, they're not drawing this, they're not doing this, yada, yada, yada. This is not really constructive criticism. It's the ongoing trend that I hear every single day. It's the same thing. Like, are you bored saying the same damn thing?
No, I don't think that they're bored, bro. I think they're just idiots.
Well, here's the thing, man, because I've noticed some social media outlets out there that's a first-time creator. They want to do something. And what is that? They want to get that engagement, and that's really what it comes down to nowadays, I think. This level of toxic people is just so damn bad where I'm posting something very positive about AEW, and guess what happens tomorrow? Oh, look, an inbox message. Great, somebody threatening me today. Happens every fucking day. Like, there was a time where I was on a live, somebody told me that I need to my throat just to stop talking about AEW and Tony Khan. I'm
they told you to
really bad, but guess what? My hard work pays off. This fall, I got an interview with TK. It's
whoa!
First of all, I heard about that.
Wait, wait.
I heard about
we
that
ain't
from
gonna-
my good friend.
No,
My good friend John told me about that.
Say that one more time, sir.
So yeah, coming this November, AEW actually they finally got back to me of months of pushing hard for this interview with Tony, and they finally approved for it, and it looks like it's going to be on November 16th. I'm very excited for it.
I'm so happy for you, man.
So you the Gary he was talking about. All right, that makes sense now.
I don't know. Wait, you talk about me?
No, John. So John told me. He said one of my friends Gary got opportunity working AEW.
Not you leaking your sources.
Hey.
I mean, sending that resume over.
That's not no source. That's
like,
a brother.
I'm telling you that.
That's a brother.
I mean,
I got
my dream is to do something with AEW, and I sent over them a resume, and they actually got back to me the same time as AEW did. So now I got to present them 3 video packages because I'm known to create some video packages that I've shared on my socials. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a proposal to see if I'm accepted for their social media editor or whatever.
Nice.
That is dope.
That is nice.
If I do not get accepted for it, like I told my other wrestling friends, just interviewing Tony Khan is a dream itself, man.
Bro, just getting out.
And that's one thing I love about AEW is they let their talent, or they let Tony or whoever takes the moment to actually get interviewed from these amazing wrestling fans that actually want to be wrestling fans, So
that's dope.
But yes,
I'm so happy for you. All right, let's do it. Let's go to All In. The fuck. Let's go to All Out, everybody. This is the All Out segments. I can't. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So everybody, right now we are going to discuss the All Out card. We are not going to jump over it because this pay-per-view definitely needs some love. So without further ado, Ziggy,
let's get violent.
All right. We're gonna go over the All Out card that happened a few nights ago. Excuse me. And we're gonna start off with the MJF versus Daniel Garcia match. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and put up the card right here. So this is the card of All Out. The main event was Adam Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland. I know at first some people were saying that the pay-per-view should have ended with a championship match, different things like that. But as you'll see, whenever we get to that point, the proper match ended the show. But before we get to that, we have MJF who defeated Daniel Garcia. Oh, my bad, I forgot to put the ticker at the bottom. There we go. MJF defeated Daniel Garcia. I got you, bro. I'm gonna bring you in once I'm finished. Oh, my bad, I got distracted. MJF defeated Daniel Garcia with a low blow behind the referee's back. However, Garcia retaliated with a top rope pile driver to MJF after spitting in his face to end the segment. What do you all think about this segment? What's y'all's takeaways from it?
We can go with the guest first.
All right, what's up, Miss Out?
Just like a nigga, just late.
Fellow who?
All right, I see that shield, brother.
I got kids.
Yeah, I thought the show started out really red hot. Obviously, Danny Garcia is what I like to call him. Has been getting a lot of interest. A lot of people. Rightfully so. Garcia is really over. MJF did the low blow, sure, but guess what? I didn't expect him to lose 2 pay-per-views in a row either. Now that made people wonder what's going to happen with Garcia. Well, I guess it's being reported that MJF is taking a time off. This gives Garcia more time to build as a babyface. And then I think it's no doubt right now that Garcia is re-signed. There was a lot of speculation going on with his contract status, but man, just these two really, really got the crowd going, and I thought it was a damn good opener. One of my favorite matches, dark matches actually. Really enjoyable.
Okay. Go ahead, Fat Daddy.
So this is, I think it was the second time out of the last 3 pay-per-views MJF started the show. I think this was a statement for Garcia more than MJF, of course, because the whole thing was about him working out at the Performance Center or something like that. Some rumor I heard about, and they saying that he was going to go to the league. Well, haha, he didn't. And it just show how good he is. Like, this dude is one of the young talent that a lot of people talk about that AEW got that could be pushed in the right direction, and hopefully nothing happens. And him and MJF had a great match, great opening match. Like Gary said, I didn't think MJF was going to lose not 2 matches in a row, not within the 2 weeks of it happening. But what it did was it did complete a story. Like after the match, Garcia got his payback, and the same way had him in the shoulder, kissed him on the forehead. So the only question I got is what's next for Garcia? Like what's the next move? Are we trying to get him into one of the mid-card titles? Is we might need to put his name on the TNT title because they're already trying to build up the international title. So some way, somehow, we gotta put him, make sure he's in the camera. He's already over with the fans just by charisma and character. His wrestling was the main focus during this match. So I think he got it. I think he's ready. So it's up to AEW now what they're gonna do with him. And that's all I gotta say about that match.
Cool. Miss out.
Uh-oh.
Can't hear you, bro.
Your service is nervous.
No, I forgot I muted myself. So
this ain't TikTok, bro.
So I think what happened during the match was exactly what should have happened. Daniel Garcia wasn't ready to win a match like that, but after the match, Daniel Garcia got his comeuppance. So going forward, he can use that as his backbone to build himself into a let's just say mid-card for now, because he's probably just a little bit below mid-card. But he did just have that pay-per-view match, which he lost again, but he got what he was supposed to get, and that was his comeuppance. And now that MJF is away, when MJF comes back, hopefully by that time, Garcia would have let's say they would have built him up to the possibility of us believing that he should win a match like that against MJF. Maybe by that time he'll have at least one pay-per-view win as a singles wrestler under his belt.
Now let me ask you a question, because this is what Mayor said in the comments. So he said character build, there's no need to always throw a title on an emerging star. Okay, so what was the whole point of LA Knight? I mean, he was a megastar, but then everybody and their mama want him to be WWE champion. Frankie, what's up, my nigga? What's going on Facebook? How you doing, bro? So can you answer that question? Because I don't know. When it comes to certain superstars, we have different energies. It's weird. Go ahead.
The reason I say this is because, one, he been putting the work in for I don't know how long since he left the Jericho Society, I guess. And he had a follow. His following has grown. He do the little dance. They get excited. He has some great matches under his belt. Like Miss South said, he probably don't have that one pay-per-view victory, but at the same time, he's already got everything checked. He's a great wrestler. He got the charisma. He got the audience behind him. All he needs is what direction you want to push him in. And watch this. I think he could put that TNT title back to where it used to be, because it hasn't been a great title for a long time.
What about
that's why. Yeah, that's why I say I think put a title on him while he got this situation, like his push going up. That's when I said that. Other than that, if you want to just have him build up wins without a title, then you just making him another Ricky Starks.
Wow, that okay. So I'm just say this. So here's the thing. Garcia has avenues, many avenues. You know what I'm saying? So he got the Continental Championship, he got the International Championship, and he can go after the TNT Championship. So he literally can stay busy. You know what I'm saying? On the main roster. So when you respectfully, I disagree. I think he should go after a championship. You know what I'm saying? Because right now he's the next generation pillar. I mean, he wrestled MJF that's a current pillar in AEW right now. So, like, me personally, I think he should kind of build himself just a little bit more, then go after a championship. But right now, I'm about to say Dragon Zord. I'm sorry. Right now, right now, the scapegoat is available right now. You know, after last night, so. I mean, like, why not? This would be a perfect opportunity because the next place that they go to is Grand Slam, and that's it. That's like later on this month. So, yeah.
Personally, I don't think he should be champion. Here's the reason why I'm saying this. You brought up LA Knight a minute ago. Mm-hmm. If you remember, people wanted LA Knight to win the title, right? We're saying people wanted him to win the title.
Correct.
Right now, people aren't clamoring from Daniel Garcia to win a title. I think we need to build him into that. Right. Maybe give him a title shot and he loses by hook. By a crook. You know what I mean? Right. But right now, I think the focus should be on building him into a legitimate mid-carder. Build him into someone who, if he has that match, we believe he's going to win that match. As a matter of fact, we want him to win that match. And he just barely loses that match, which raises it even higher to us wanting him to win that title match.
I'm just remembering the interview he had. I think right before he had this match with Ospreay. He said he wants some gold. He was trying to build himself for some gold. He said, this year I'm going for some gold.
And he can. It has to be logical, though.
Yeah, I think like he lost to Will Ospreay, which started a feud with MJF. Mm-hmm. All right, he just lost MJF. I just said MJF might be gone for a couple of months, whatever. He built his way up. The next pay-per-view is Wrestle Dream, so he got to win some matches. Probably Grand Slam, win a huge match somewhere around down there. He said, like you said, he got avenues. He got the Continental, which I think the Continental Classic starts after Wrestle Dream, right? For the tournament.
Yeah.
That's the perfect opportunity. That's the perfect build. That's the perfect build for him.
Right. Because remember, he was on the last one and he lost all them except for the last match.
That's right.
He built his confidence up. Right. So this time now he's going in there with a different mindset. I know what it takes. The straight up the G1 feeling. And then, like you said, he can also start a feud with Scapegoat. Scapegoat is like probably another pillar. His stock's going up. They can start something going on here. Like he was this close to winning, and now he got to build his way up to go to another platform. Probably that he got so many averages. Like I said, where is Tony or AEW is going to push him? What direction they going to push him? That's all I want to know. What's next? Mm-hmm. That's all.
I don't know, Jermaine. Do you think MJF would have lost 2 pay-per-views back to back though? That's what I'm saying. That's the only rebuttal I have for this comment.
No,
I think MJF was set to win regardless. Yeah. Just my opinion.
I mean, nothing against Garcia. I just don't think he's on the level of the devil, I guess you guys can say. Not right now. I do like everybody's takes here. Mid-South, as always, dude, like you always comment on my stuff, some good pointers. This one was no exception. I want Garcia to get into a really good feud now, because like we all want, build that momentum. And I very much agree as well. You don't necessarily have to put your, person that you really want to have a title just because, oh great, he's a champion, he's doing good things, or she's doing good things. Not necessarily, and I think the whole thing with LA Knight, he came organic, he came natural, and that's what really made him over. That's exactly what Daniel Garcia is.
Mm-hmm.
Get him more on the fucking mic, because Garcia really, really gets me inclined with the show when he's on the mic. Until he throws a football pass to MJF's head, but good shot, by the way.
Awesome
I want to see that more out of Daniel Garcia. I want him as the Red Death Daniel Garcia. I think this is what we really want out of him, more than the showboating dick maneuvers to the head. But
what's good, Seth from Facebook? How you doing?
Anybody else got anything else to add before we jump on to the next?
I just want to say one thing about this. Is one thing I say I love about AEW. We just talking about AEW. I'm not talking about nothing else. Just AEW. This is one thing I like about AEW. That they give you a chance to be yourself on the mic. So we'll find out if you could talk or you can't. You're not gonna find out. You're not gonna come out there like a robot. We're gonna find out if you got some type of charisma of yourself. And we did not know that Garcia had this charisma on the mic, or they got a chance to get a full segment of him by himself on the mic. And we know he got it. We know that he went. I ain't gonna say he won it, but he went bar for bar with MJF until MJF busted his head with a bottle. But he did it. So it seems like it's always MJF is like one of the he's the guy. If we want to see if you can work the mic, all right, let's put him with MJF. Let's see if we can hang with MJF. So we find out people that can't do it, and then we find out people that can.
Ziggy, I'm gonna send you a picture. I think you're gonna love this one.
One last point for me on Garcia.
All right, cool.
One last point for Garcia is that going back to the whole, is it time for him to be a champion? Period. Whatever, no matter what champion it is, what title it is. Mariah May is the perfect example. Not necessarily the character, not any of that stuff. It's mainly because of her heel turn. Her heel turn on Toni Storm was so perfect that it made people want her to win the title. Right? It was Mariah's time. It ain't Daniel Garcia's time. That's just what I believe.
That's a really damn good example. And that's what I mean by
Miss Aldo, bro.
Organically getting yourself into that position. And, Mariah.
What I can do is I can actually put it. I can put it on the Discord. I can just do it right now.
Okay, yeah. If you put it in Discord, I'll bring it on.
Not Discord. I can do it on here because I just gotta connect my phone. Let's go on to the next match, and then we'll bring on Mayor for the next one. All right,
next match we had, and once again, man, make sure you follow all of our panelists. We have Wildcard Chris, we have the bearded one Gary from FTR, follow Revolution Podcast and Community. We have Fed Daily Enforcer, and we have Miss South, and we have Mayor coming in from the Starting Five podcast.
Hey Chris, I can add it right now. Want to add it right now?
Yeah, go ahead and add it. Yeah, go ahead and add it.
You're good? Okay. All right. So the next match that we had was the Young Bucks versus the Blackpool Combat Club of Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. And let me change the ticker at the bottom. And there we go. Matthew Jackson reverses the fastball special by getting his knees up on Wheeler Yuta. Jackson quickly rolled up Wheeler Yuta into a roll-up cradle to score a pinfall victory for his team. And the Young Bucks retain versus the Blackpool Combat Club. So what was you guys' thoughts on the Young Bucks retaining and kind of having a tight grip on these tag belts at the moment?
I'm going to sit this one out because I was in the shower the whole entire time.
Wow, you was really serious.
I was. When I told you that this was a bathroom break, don't do that.
In Chris's defense, yeah, this match really didn't do it for me, unfortunately. I'm a huge Young Bucks fan. It's just that run needs to go, like it needs to have a title change sooner rather than later. And I'm making a prediction for that. Grizzled Young Veterans comes in and actually takes the title from the Young Bucks.
Wow.
That's what I would like to see more than anybody.
But I get their position though. I get their position, but they were going against two people that is, I hate to say this, totally irrelevant. Like, you already knew that the Young Bucks was going to win. So, like, what was the whole point? So, I literally, I took this time to wash my ass and to play Fortnite and listen to what was going on in the stream. Yeah. That's basically what I did.
Can I ask y'all, was it because it was like last minute? That's why no one.
I don't give a fuck if it was the last second. I don't give a damn. My whole thing is like, I know. But my whole thing is like, if the shit was just like we just going to just slide this in, just to, we just going to give you guys the tip. No, I don't want the tip like that. This shit, no. I don't even want the whole. I don't want it. I don't want the experience. I just don't. That shit should have been left for the pre-show.
So we just went and did an MXM freaking little thing here with this damn tip thing. That's what they do now. Talking about putting some tip in the shit. But the match is all right. I ain't gonna say it was like terrible. I mean, it's the Young Bucks, but it was not the best of the Young Bucks.
Of course not. I mean, this is not like they're going against like, FTR, and even that's starting to get played the fuck out. Or if they're going against like the Lucha Bros, that's gotten played out. It's just, I think the Young Bucks really should just take a background role. I think that's what they should do.
Are they wearing their welcome out? Wait, what's going on? Why is everybody souring on the Young Bucks?
Yeah, are we tired of Young Bucks?
What's up?
Like I'm tired of Chris Jericho.
What you got, Miss Out?
I am not a Young Bucks hater. But people watch wrestling differently than I do when it comes to the Young Bucks. I don't care about all the stuff that happens on the internet where people hate the Young Bucks for whatever reason. They think they're pushing themselves too much or anything like that. What I saw was a good match. It wasn't the greatest Young Bucks match, but that's because we're comparing it to what we've seen from the Young Bucks, which is great. The match was really good for what it was. Now, we all knew the Young Bucks were going to win because technically they don't have a challenger at this current moment. What I would like to see happen is for the Acclaim to get the titles back, and then the Acclaims potentially lose to either FTR or Grizzled Young Veterans. I know, same thing with the Acclaim. People, and that's really a Max Caster thing. People are tired of Max Caster.
Dude, I love Caster. That's just it, man. Like,
yeah, I love it all. Everything they're doing, they're playing. People hate some of the stuff that Caster says, and they're playing on it. That's why I like it. I like chaos.
Listen, man, I don't hate Caster for what he's saying. I just feel like Caster he's doing what a lot of tag teams do when they think they're the best one out of the group. They need to show Michaels and the Marty Jannetty type shit. I get that. I mean, cool, but we've seen their stick. It's cool. It's getting there. But at the same time, I just feel like y'all playing with us now. There's a turn coming.
Man, listen.
Can't you see their barbershop scene coming? Their barbershop scene is coming.
I'm seeing
Chris, during your bathroom break, all we need to just make sure is you didn't use your washcloth from your ass to your face. That's number one.
So first of all, why are we even talking about soap and water or whatever? I said shower. Why are you putting on emphasis?
It's just jokes. Calm
why
down.
Why are we even talking about my ass? Like, I don't get it.
It's just jokes. Relax.
I know it's jokes,
this is
but
my intro. My introduction to the podcast is jokes.
Oh, that's about my asshole?
Hey, like, yo, pause. Anyway.
Yeah, pause. Pause on that. Yeah, like, flag on the play, motherfucker. Like,
anyway, yeah. Don't your Packers wish they had more flags in their favor? But I digress on that.
Oh, I'm not worried
Anyway.
about that. I mean, your excuse is the damn
But
grass.
anyway,
You know what I'm saying? But that's fine. You
the
still
young
trash. I mean, I'm not worried about it. Go ahead.
the Young Bucks. I purposely play the opposite of what everybody else does online because I enjoy it. They are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Their roles, assholes. What are they being? Assholes. They're making every fan hate them. Mission complete. But I will say though, I too am getting tired of it a little bit. It is. The stick is feeling real old. The stick is feeling run down a little bit. But this is AEW's problem. If you want to say they got a problem, which I don't really think they have a problem, they had what looked like an illustrious on their way tag team division that kind of looks like it got reduced down some. But with GYV coming in, I think that's a great look. Do I think now Mid-South usually we have a lot of similar opinions. I don't think the tag belts should go to a team that's already had them several times over, except for the Acclaim. But FTR, let them just continue to be fighters. You know what I'm saying? Eventually give it to them again later.
I was just ultimately I want Top Flight to be champions. I just need somebody to transition the titles over to them. But
And
that's for another day.
Shit. And ultimately, since you segue that way briefly, ultimately, I want Top Flight to remain healthy first.
You got me.
I very much agree with
Can
you.
we get healthy flight? Can we get a non-delayed flight? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can't get no more delayed than Nasty Leroy, but you know.
Hey yo,
Hey, yo, bro.
why
man
you calling
called
Short
straight.
Bus Shorty like that?
Someone said
Hi,
they want
Nasty. How you
GYB
doing?
or MXM.
How you doing, Nasty? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but like I said, you come for my Packers, I'm going to come for you. You don't want to do that. You
Please,
don't want
please
to do
don't.
that.
Please don't.
Don't
Keep
do
that in your shower, please. Please keep that in your
Keep
shower.
that in my shower. See, you still talking about my. See, you talk about my wetness. I don't get it. Okay.
Oh,
Anyway, let's move on. Go ahead.
Next match.
All right, next match was the Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale Chicago Street Fight.
Nope.
I know Chris not really a big fan of Willow or hasn't
I
been.
wasn't.
Hopefully,
You're right.
hopefully, as I've been trying to tell him for the past year or so, like, yo, Willow is one of them ones. I don't know, Zig. I gotta see a little bit more from her. Hopefully, she was able to, have you come around a little bit on this one, Chris. But this was a very hard-hitting match. A lot of people are even putting this in a realm with Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa as, like, in terms of favorite women's matches. Not saying which one is better, but just saying matches that they've enjoyed from the AEW women's roster. But very hard-hitting. Stokely Hathaway also played a good part in it where he didn't overshadow, but also played a good role as well. Statlander came out on top. She choked her friend out with a chain, or former friend out with a chain, and made Willow pass out via submission. So, fellas, one of you all take it away. What do you all think or thought about this match with Statlander and Willow?
You said Willow is one of them ones. She is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I'm telling you, Mayor, bro.
Willow is everything.
Hey, man, what you call?
Y'all see me in the Discord last night. Y'all know how I feel about Willow.
Hey, Mayor, I'm about to ask you what you call her last night. Think what? Think what?
No, I said that was one of the sexiest matches on the pay-per-view.
So you instead of worrying about the match, you was worried about your dick. That's what you
No. I was actually worried about getting through my work shift last night. But nah, Willow and Statlander, yo. Willow and Statlander. Listen, it was a hard task to follow up Osprey and Pac, if you want to say. But damn it, did they? if you're a person who doesn't like real deal hardcore, not Norman Smiley hardcore, which was fun, but if you don't like real deal hardcore, then stay away from that match. If you don't like to see women shining, and I mean shining like excelling, then stay away from that match. That match was, to me, the best women's match I've seen all year.
I was gonna say this, like, one, y'all, for the history of AEW and female street fighting, you had the two people that been the most of them. You had Statlander and Willow, so you should have known they was gonna bring it. But like you also said, to come after Pac and Will Ospreay, which you would thought the fans was exhausted.
Didn't run from it.
They did not run from it, and they went hard, and they as everybody wanted to know, they told a story. But at the same and like you said, and shout out to Stoke with the T-shirt with the Belly Hard Knock Life Tour T-shirt, by the way. But he played a little part and ran and did his thing, and it became 1-on-1. This match right here is like, in fact, I thought it was for the Mexican title. I thought I saw it for the Mexican title. It wasn't. Thank God somebody told me that. But the story itself, when she came in, who was her tag team partner? Chris Statlander. They shared a bond and blah, and they just tore each other apart. And everybody said, once if you wrestling your best friend wrestling, you go hit them the hardest. And goddamn, they hit each other the hardest. And yes, there was some blood. And I know everybody, women bleeding too much. Listen, this AEW, you don't like blood, don't watch, because everybody bleeds in AEW. Shit. And they did. And fuck it. Willow looked outstanding out the Afro puffs. You know what I'm saying? She looked like she
the braids.
Yeah, man. So, it was a good match though. It's probably one of the matches of the night. If the steel cage didn't happen, it would have been one of the matches of the night. At least.
And my bad, I noticed I committed a party foul. I skipped a match and went ahead, but we'll go back to that.
I was trying to tell you, but you're so happy today. So
I know it's just Willow. I'm just excited. I just love Willow. My bad.
Yeah, nah, it's Willow. It's worth it.
I mean, I think the match did everything it should have done. I followed them on Twitter, so all of that stuff actually started on Twitter. So if you don't follow Stokely Hathaway on Twitter,
you're missing out.
He is my favorite. He is my favorite.
Raggedy bitch.
Hey.
Indeed.
He's one of them ones.
Yep. So yeah, I love the match. I'd agree. I think it is the best women's match across the board this year.
There you go.
Yeah.
Got anything, Gary?
I always say time and time again, this is the great thing about Tony is, again, he listens to the critics through and through. Man, fix this bug when it comes to the women's division. What can you really do to rejuvenate it so fucking good? And this year, again, I think it has been really, really good. It's really showing that it's increasing that popularity in people's eyes. But this match alone, yeah, I mean, Mid-South, and Chris can tell you, I'm a huge supporter of Chris.
Yes.
Like unconditionally, let me tell you. So
even when she was the alien gimmick, when she used to boot.
Oh man, I've been following her since Creative Pro Wrestling to now. So it's just amazing how much her career is developing. This is something that I'm very happy with. Is a lot of people are talking about Willow, and this is nothing taken away. This is nothing to take away from Willow, because she did an amazing job during the match. But this is where Chris really needed this win, desperately bad. She's on the losing end since joining with Stokely, and but man, brutality is just not a word for it. It's just easily one of the best women's matches of the year, maybe in the last couple of years. I like that comparison with Rosa and Baker. It was really up there. It's just damn. I rated this a 5 stars, legit. I like the fact that AEW with this women's match had so much interest for the people that don't give two shits about AEW. And when they watch a highlight, they realize, wow, this women's division has really grown and becoming an important piece. So I I loved it so much, man. So
I mean, think about it, bro. We had thumbtacks. There was a light tube that got cracked across somebody's face. I mean, like let's talk about the brutality. Like, I mean, it was a crazy table bump, a table spot in the match. Like,
split on tap.
Yeah,
the side pounce was crazy.
And to go back what that one person was saying with, this is why this commenter didn't like AEW going above and beyond with the hardcore stuff. And again, that's what makes AEW different. They have their own identity, and it's awesome. It's just wild shit.
Like they say, you can't watch this show with the WWE glasses on. You can't be looking through. You can't be looking with a WWE binoculars or a WWE telescope trying to look at a AEW product. You got to look at it in a different set of eyes.
That includes
and vice versa.
Your eye what's the contacts? Yeah, your eye contacts. Yeah,
that's a word, and that's a word right there, Ziggy, because I was talking to a guy who worked for me last night during the before the pay-per-view started, and all this guy did was just recite every single WWE fan trope against AEW.
Oh,
and
Lord.
It was just I slowly stopped the conversation, but because it was going nowhere.
Right.
And that's one thing I just don't seem to understand. It's like my brother James is another example that I can bring into this conversation of diehard WWE fans. I mean, he's been a diehard WWE fan since 2003, so long as I can remember. But the last 2 months, he is just telling me how much he's engaged more with AEW right now. And I always like to, I always want to hear his reasons, and they're actually really realistic. It's not nothing really hypocritical or anything. And I think that's the type of people that I want to hear. Give this company a chance. If you don't like it, I'm not here to force you. But the fact that they want to be different, cool with me, man.
But Chris, we just talked about that in the Discord. What was it? 2 days ago, me, you, Apollo, Angel, we're all talking about that in the Discord. Literally, like 2 days ago. I was like, look, if you don't like AEW, that's fine. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, but for some reason, it's just not. It's not computing with some people. It's just like it's not getting in their head. It's like they have this concussion syndrome. Like they forgot what is common sense.
Like Andrew Zarian said to somebody today, do you have really bad brain rot?
Bro.
It's kind of true in some way, man. Like I know I see it all the time on Twitter because obviously that's a big communication tool with some of my followers and whatnot. But I mean, the ratings are down, and guess what? WWE averages the same fucking thing every single week too.
Right. I mean, they acted like they pushing like 5 million views per 5 million viewers per week, and it's the same shit.
You can tell the ones that don't actually watch AEW or don't want to watch AEW because all they do is, like we're saying, the same rinse and repeat stuff over and over and over.
I made a TikTok about this a while ago, and I know we kind of segue off of the pay-per-view quickly, but yeah, if you hate some shit, don't hate watch it, just don't watch it.
Bingo. That's hard for some people.
So let me get this out.
That's very hard for some people because they want to be in the conversation. You cannot be in the table, and we all talking about AEW. You want to join in, but because you don't watch it, you gonna sit there.
Let me tell you what I hate about it. Even though I don't watch it,
right? You don't watch it. They go jump in the conversation because they want to talk. They want to get in the middle. Well, this is what I don't like. God damn it! But you didn't see it. You just go by what you just heard. So you're gonna go opposite what you just heard. I mean, so
all right, I think we had two more things miss out, and then we're going to answer Corey, and then we'll go to the next match.
Yeah, so Gary had me thinking a minute ago about what he said about the women's roster. or how everything has changed now. What I believe, and this is just my opinion, back when AEW kind of got not really stagnant, but on repeat when it comes to we'll have one women's segment, and we'll have it at the exact same segment of the show every single week.
Like the time slot?
Yeah, time slot. People caught on to that. What I think they were actually doing was they were slowing down their women's department, slowing down the women's wrestler segments, slowing down everything when it comes to women's wrestling, and putting together a project, putting together a plan. Because if you remember, that's around the same time that Peppermint did sign with AEW. And so what I believe they were doing were, yes, we're slowing them down, but we're strategically building something for the future, which is where we are now. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I mean, the stories that they've written recently have been a whole lot better, so much so that we're saying that they have the best women's division. We weren't saying this last year, but we're saying they have the best women's division in wrestling right now.
No,
and that's what I mean itself is like you make a good point with Jennifer Peppermint is again, Tony hires those personnel pieces that are very important for your product. It's like with production, for example, I've seen a drastic difference how much that has increased, being so much better. Little things like that, and then bringing Peppermint in, and regardless of what people think of Mercedes Moné, I am the least fan of hers, but guess what? She is making this division pretty important as well. So if it's helping the division, it makes me the happiest dude in the world because man. And dude,
what's up, Brandon? You're not going to incriminate, sir. I know that I'm black as fuck, but you are not going to incriminate me because the other person on the other side of you, that Negro over there, was doing this too. CEO.
I mean, come on now.
Here we go again.
You know how he is, Mayor, bro. Don't pay him no mind, bro.
Yeah, don't pay me no mind. Okay.
All right, and we have a question from the panel from Corey. So, like Chris said in the pre-show, get your comments in because you never know when we might highlight it. We're gonna try to do better at getting to all of the questions and comments and everything like that. So Corey said to the panel, can someone please explain to me what are WWE glasses and what does it mean to watch a product with WWE glasses or AEW glasses?
The mayor wants it.
Mayor, what you got, big dog?
I got this. You want to know exactly what it is? It's watching, looking just for story first. It's watching, looking for big, oversized cartoon characters. It's watching not for the wrestling, but just for the fucking storylines. You got to take that. That's part WWE glasses. And I'm sorry, I had to run outside because this guy decided to want to start vacuuming right when I got on the show. But it's WWE glasses is the blinders that everybody wrestling fan wise had for the past 20 years. When WWE was the only option on television, unless you had Anthem and was able to get TNA. And then even still, y'all wasn't watching TNA. I know I wasn't. So WWE glasses is the indoctrination of everything that you've had over the last 20 years. And it's hard for you to absorb something brand new.
Gary, did I not say that? Did I not say that before we started?
You did, man. You did.
The thing is, though, your own wrestler said this on your programming. He said, and I quote, WWE is like a movie. Wrestling is like Broadway. Wrestling, you only get one chance. There's no cut. Let's redo. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. You're watching your MCU. You're watching your DC on WWE. But you want to watch wrestling? You got to watch it. You got to go to the play. You got to sit down. You got to pay attention to every little detail. You got to know who the characters or the guy that people's in front of you. There you go. That's
Yeah.
that.
So So long story short is you're watching AEW with the expectations of what you would have if you're watching WWE. You don't watch Looney Tunes and expect Mickey Mouse Disney shit, or you don't,
Oh
vice
boy!
versa.
Oh my god!
Or you don't watch
Oh,
you don't
Well,
watch
Zig,
Marvel and expect DC.
Oh,
Zig,
What
it's
you got,
just as
Miss Out?
simple as it's just
yeah.
as simple
So
as I always say. You watch WWE for storybook. You watch wrestling for wrestling.
my my 2 cents on it.
What you got, Miss Out?
Yeah, I made a video about this probably 2 years ago, and this was my opinion. I'm not going to use the term brainwashed, but if you look at where we are now in the world, um,
Mhm.
social media kind of runs everything when it comes to discourse around pro wrestling, and so the generation or the time that we're in now, you know, let's just take 20 years. For the last 20 years, all the young to now 20-year-old, 25-year-old wrestling fans grew up with the internet, grew up with just the WWE, grew up watching wrestling one way. So the way they watched it, they are technically. I'm trying not to say. I'm trying not to say brainwashed.
Brainwashed.
I mean, it's basically what it is. Your mind thinks this is how it should be. So when you get something that's not the way your mind thinks it should be, that's the problem, right?
It's
We can all
called.
agree.
You know what? You don't have to like just be just real, just disgusting with it. Just say conditioning.
Condition. You're conditioned to see it one way.
It's a good one, Chris.
Brainwash is the right term itself, in my opinion, because when you're seeing somebody on Twitter that I saw, a couple days ago showing the attendance in that Milwaukee show, saying, "Oh, see, they can't draw worth a dime." Are you there to enjoy the show, or are you just want to be popular to share a video or a picture, and then all of a sudden everybody's going to chime in with their stupidity? I don't care what anybody says, but what happened from 2015, maybe 2014, until when Vince McMahon had to step down because of whatever. I don't want to talk about that.
You have to step down?
WWE was reaching all-time lows in attendance. Their ratings were significantly down. And I feel the reason why people are so loyal to WWE more than ever, which is great because, their product is changing for the better. But I think it's just a loyalty thing with Triple H. A hot take.
Zig, can I just end it with this before you move on?
Yeah.
If you're a fucking fan worried about ratings and attendance, you're a fucking loser. And I had to say it like that because you're a fucking loser. Because are you watching? Are you there? That's all that matters.
We can't enter there.
Now I want to go back to what Gary just said. So like that whole thing about loyalty. Fucking Triple H does not even know you. Why the fuck are you loyal to somebody that doesn't even know you? I digress. Moving on. That's
one thing when it comes to that.
I just want to know. Just want to know.
First of all, I am of the mindset that you should be thankful for the 3,000 fans that you get. Every wrestling fan should say, hey, forget about those 3-4 sections that are empty. Be thankful that there's 3,000 people in this podunk city that wants to see another wrestling organization other than WWE. Second point, and I'll leave it at this. AEW is the second biggest wrestling company on the planet, which means they are the only company outside of the WWE in the entire freaking world that can put 2,000, 3,000 people in a stadium, in an arena every single week.
I mean,
nobody else can do that.
I can't wait to see the meltdown when that's a perfect shot. And these are the same people that give AEW the shit that they, spew. Meanwhile, that person that criticizes AEW on a weekly basis most likely is at that show. Right. And again, we want to do it.
Think about what I just said, though. There is no other company on the planet that can put 2,000, 3,000 people in an arena every single week. Zero. There's companies that does it maybe once a month, maybe once every 6 weeks, 90 or whatever, but nobody does it every week but AEW other than WWE.
Who's ready to
So-
hear the meltdown that the
So-
internet's going to have when AEW gets that new deal signed? Because
So
again,
this-
when people are talking about, oh, the ratings are down,
This
they
is
might be getting what I am speculating close to $1 billion deal when it
Listen.
comes to that one that's going to be announced sooner
Okay.
rather than later. Their mid-south and attention getter.
I just
Ziggy and Chris and everybody else is just going to be celebrating, and then this person is going to go on Twitter and be like, "Oh well, they don't deserve that." I'm like, and you don't work for the fucking company.
this is the thing. I went to a AEW show.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't care what was tarp. Was I
You're
entertained?
killing me.
Yes. Well, yes. I went Forbidden Door. Was I entertained? Yes. I went to a Raw show. Was I entertained? Yes. That's what matters, people. So then you come out with ratings. This is not 1998. Nobody don't give a fuck about ratings. Cable's not even a thing no more. Streaming services are. So you could miss a Dynamite and watch it on Thursday. It don't matter. It
What's
don't
good,
matter.
Mr. Jet Life on
So-
YouTube?
So just to close this out, so we get to the Will Ospreay Pac match because I really want to talk about that match. Let's stop the bullshit, okay? Stop the whining. Stop taking pictures. Yeah, they moving that junk way over.
Look at
What's
that.
Stormy at?
Way over. Stop.
Okay,
with-
Chris, come on, bro.
Hey,
Come on, bro.
Hey.
Yo,
Shut it down.
Shut it down, dog.
I was like, what was I looking at?
Oh,
While I'm talking too, like just one of them days. Don't take it personal.
oh. It'd have been one thing if you just kind of like,
No,
you know,
this is the fucked up part.
yeah, come on,
This
bro.
is first strike back, boy.
Like,
This is
time
first
out,
strike
bro.
back, man.
I'm sorry, guys. Like, it's one thing if you would just, just like how normal people would eat a popsicle, but you doing too much, sir. I'm sorry. I got, like you said, I got to keep the energy. I had to keep that same energy, bro. I'm sorry. You was enjoying it a little bit too much there, sir.
I was. I
Right
mean,
in front of Gary too and Miss out there. What's that, bro? I got y'all, bro.
continue.
All right. Also, please look at everyone's name tag on their panels. This is where you can follow them. I want to say this is everyone's main platforms. Miss out to NWA on TikTok, at FTR Follow the Revolution on Facebook, at H4L Wrestling Podcast on TikTok, at Mr. Attention Getter on TikTok, and you can follow me at Ziggy the Beast if you want to see us in the Wrestle Talk space called The Cookout, hosted by myself, Chris, Joe. You can see also our friends Apollo, Miss Angel. You'll see Mitts out in there. Shout out to Ball Bro, Light Skin, Gajin, everyone part of the community. So definitely make sure that you are following our podcast on TikTok because that's where the conversation keeps going outside of Sundays on YouTube.
Indeed.
Yes.
And next up, once again, sorry guys, I skipped a little bit ahead because I was a little excited to get to the Willow
I
match.
bet you was.
Yes,
Hey,
you
bro.
was.
She follows me on Twitter. I'm just playing.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, that is part of it. Why?
Dun-dun.
Will Ospreay versus Peck and Steel,
Yes.
the international championship. I think we said this. We were talking about this, Chris, when we were watching it live. Once again, hit up Chris. Make sure you're subscribed to us on TikTok because you can get and be able to watch this pay-per-view live for $5 a month without having to spend a lot of money. We all watch it together. Anyway, when we were watching this, we said that this title seemed like, I mean, I know the TNT title is kind of like supposed to be the top mid card, but in my personal opinion, I think that international title is the top mid card title in the company. But nonetheless, in this match, it was hard hitting. It was a lot of back and forth. They had a cool video package for Pac at the beginning. They had a lot of crazy spots that we'll get into. But through all of the craziness, it was the hidden blade to the back of Pac's head for the 1, 2, 3. And Will Ospreay retained his title. So we'll start with our guests between Miss South or Gary, whichever one y'all want to go first. And y'all give us y'all's thoughts on this match.
Mid-South, I love his opinions on my stuff. So
I know, right? Miss South, yeah.
So thanks. I love the match. I always wanted to see the match. Ospreay, man. Freaking Ospreay. Dude, the counters.
It's Chris, bro. I'm sorry, Miss South. Go ahead, man. You good.
Oh, okay. The counters Ospreay does. The fact that because he has that low center of gravity and Pac technically has the same low center of gravity, I don't know what they have inside of their legs, but I wish they could share it with the world.
Wait,
What?
Wait. No Diddy.
Oh, and then you get on me for sucking a popsicle. Alive.
Wait.
I know what you meant, Miss South. Don't worry
No, sir. That deserves a bra.
Pauserization, my nigga.
Nah, man. I can't do that to my feelings.
Their low center of gravity and the way they can gracefully move inside the ring.
Sorry.
And make it look real. It's just uncanny. I wish I could do it. The match was insane. I'll tell you. So I need to critique this. So I'm going to critique it. I'm going to critique it like this.
Really?
Yeah.
I use the big words.
The only thing I don't like people kicking out of each other finishers, especially too many times.
Okay.
So if I had one critique, the hidden blade should be protected, especially when it comes to the one that he did when it was front facing, when he hit him right in the mush.
Yeah.
That should have been the end of the match. That was incredible. He went flying. That was out of nowhere, like they do with Randy Orton. It was out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Boom. That should have been the end of the match. That's my one critique of the match. Other than that, 6 stars.
So what do y'all think about what Miss South said about the finishers and kicking out of finishers and different things like that? Y'all have any rebuttal?
Fuck Miss South, y'all.
Listen. I think that's a critique that a lot.
I think that's fair.
I think that's a critique that a lot of people got with wrestling about a finisher should be a finisher and stuff like that. But the match, like he said, I was waiting for this match since the first time they had a match and went to a draw. I had to wait like 2 weeks or 3 weeks to watch that match on YouTube. So to get in the AEW ring, that's a plus. That's one. 2, it was a pay-per-view and it was for a title. The thing I want to bring up what you said earlier, that title just came out a year or two ago. It was
the international title.
Yeah, it was an All Atlantic or Mid-Atlantic, whatever.
The All Atlantic.
And it surpassed.
And that's the one that Peck was the inaugural.
Yeah, he was the first one. Yeah, he was the first one. It surpassed the TNT title. This is what I mean by I need someone to bring the TNT title. I don't put the Continental title because they got 3 mid-card titles. And you're gonna say the Continental title is the second. It's definitely the second mid-card title.
You said the TNT title is the lowest tier.
TNT title is the lowest. Yeah. The reason why I say it's low is because of all the bullshit that happened during the time.
Thank you.
The international title has outdid itself a lot, and we don't give credit to the person that actually helped it out. I'm giving credit to Orange Cassidy. I'm giving credit to Orange Cassidy. So to me, anybody else could disagree with this, but
no, I agree with you, bro.
It's better, but that match itself just show you that. I'm not saying Jack can't give me that type of match, but I'm sorry. This is one of those matches that we said, when we saw Ospreay sign to AEW, that's one of the matches we wanted to see him and Pac. Then we got Ricochet that just signed. Guess what? We're gonna get to see the Ricochet against Pac. And they already teased it. This is my critique, if you want to use that word so fluently. I'm sick of y'all wrestlers doing this damn old dirty E thing. Look at TV. Look at TV like this. Stop going sideways and turn this like a damn ostrich. Look at that fucking TV. Whoa. All right? Stop that.
I never realized that before.
Oh, you talking about Ricochet?
All them do it.
Can't turn it back to the camera.
So fuck. Look at TV. Look at TV. So damn it, it's TV right there.
They
know it's you. They know it's
He's
Ricochet.
sitting on his couch.
That's right.
He should be sitting on this couch with a camera over his shoulder.
Something. You know his bald head. God damn it. But the match itself.
Yeah, lovely head.
I want to make one final comment on what y'all were saying about this TNT title. I still consider the TNT title more valuable than the international title. What I would like to see them do is make it the primary title on Collision, because the international title is obviously the workman's title. That's what it is.
But if you do that,
so like a true brand split.
That's what I was saying. If you do that, you're gonna bring up the freaking idea of Collision is the brand split. But Collision, right now, it has gotten better. But Collision it's coming equal to freaking Rampage.
Well, I mean, when they were in Arlington, I was at every show. When they were in Arlington, they had basically the same crew there, and they would bring, every week they would bring one or two wrestlers from Dynamite to Collision, and they would bring a couple of ROH talent to Collision. So not necessarily a true brand split, but you should have some talent that only wrestle on Collision, because that's an incentive to watch Collision.
It looks like I want to say this. It seems like it's a minor. It's like the minor league. Like you go with Ring of Honor, then you move up to Rampage, then you move up to Collision, and then you make it to Dynamite. Just like that new character they just did.
Hologram.
He started in Collision. The levels.
I wouldn't be mad if they did it like that, because it's a structure. At least I would know what to expect. I mean, I wouldn't be mad.
I mean, we sit here and we said that AEW need organization, so this is their structure.
No,
so it's a 5-year-old company who basically focus into one show. Now all of a sudden they got more than one show.
Right.
You gotta remember,
have 50 years worth of.
But you gotta remember they started with more than one show. Everybody keep on listening. I used to like Dark and Dark Elevation.
Loved it.
But then they had to get stamps. They had to pay the light bill, so they had to get some other shows that's on networks. And I understand that. It's just that it seems like that's the order they going now. Like Ring of Honor is on YouTube, or is on its own club thing now on their streaming service. They trying to do. Then you got like you just said, Collision and Rampage. Like Rampage is an hour, Collision is 2 hours. And then you made it. Your hard work has paid off. You go be on Dynamite. Just for a prime example of that. Queen Amada, that's how you say her name? Ring of Honor, Collision.
Queen Ominata?
Yes. Ring of Honor, Collision. Now she got a match on Dynamite against Mariah May. See what I'm saying? So I'm not disrespecting the structure. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's how it seemed like that. That's how it goes. But you do how you just said, put the TNT titles strictly on Collision. That's going to bring the argument back of, well, I guess this is a brand split.
Yeah,
the fingers gonna go. I ain't gonna say motherfuckers gonna talk it. The fingers gonna go. Well, the brand split and all this stuff. But back to the match at hand. Pac and Will Ospreay. Damn it, match tonight. Like I said, it's a match tonight A, a match tonight B. So either way you gonna put it between those two and Willow and Chris Statlander, the fact they went back to back. That was beautiful. So that's all I gotta say. That's all I'm gonna say. But that was a beautiful back-to-back combo that I will definitely support AEW for.
Yeah, that's one thing that I like about AEW shows is just it continues, the motion of just wrestling, because that's what one thing I like about AEW compared to WWE is they go right to the wrestling instead of just dragging on segment with a promo. So the match itself with Will Ospreay and Pac, if this is not the UK's best, besides Michael Oku, I don't know what. Like this match really delivered. I mean, I think we all expect that when it comes to Will Ospreay being in a pay-per-view match. But yeah, I mean, to bring up a couple things that Mid-South said, when it comes to the finishers, should they be kicking out at every finisher? Yes and no. Yes, because again, you want to get the people synchronized in, or like, oh shit, they just really kicked out of that, so they really get that OMG moment. Can't believe that actually happened. So it really rejuvenates that crowd in attendance and people watching at home. It's just a phenomenal match. I mean, I'm not going to give it a 6 stars close, but at least our ratings are more realistic than Dave Meltzer, but I digress on that. And when it comes to Collision, I want to touch on that as well. So there was a report just about a little over a month ago. They want to make Collision more of a NXT, where they have to really earn themselves to be put on Dynamite. So that's what they're going to do. Fine. I mean, Rampage, we all know that's not live until they do like specials or something, kind of like what happened on Friday. So Rampage is the filler show, unfortunately, but I still watch. I haven't missed an episode. And then, of course, when you watch Collision, it is what it is at this point.
I actually used to complain about shit like that, how they just went to the next show and they went dark and then just went. I used to complain about that, but since it was during a good match, that 8-man tag match, and it just went from Collision to Rampage, I was like, oh well, fine, fuck it. I'm still getting a good match. They went kind of over, so I didn't complain about it. But like you said though, if that's the way that it's gonna work for them. So be it. I think the one thing, like you guys just said, they only been for 5 years, so they still trying to work things out that's gonna work for them for the next 10, 15 years.
Thanks.
So if it works that way, fine. I mean, you still get good wrestling, you still go get, and the storylines will carry on to
Yeah, the show comes on. The show comes on Saturday night, so it's already a tough watch for most people because nobody wants to watch TV. But if you really think about it, it is super valuable to TNT because nobody watches TV at 7 o'clock on a Saturday night. But at least we've got 500,000 people regularly watching TNT, which before Collision, they didn't have 500,000 people watching TV in that time slot. The same thing I say about Rampage. Sure, people bag on AEW because they only get 300,000, 400,000 people watching Rampage on a Friday night at 9 p.m. Central Time. But what was the show that was on TNT before Rampage? Nobody knows, and there was no way they was getting even 200,000 in that time slot. So Warner's happy.
Well, listen. Only reason I think another reason why motherfuckers don't watch Rampage because we always spoil it and we put the shit out on Twitter. What's going to happen on Rampage? So like, I don't need to watch. I already know what's going to happen. So that's another reason.
Even if I get spoiled, dude, I still watch because, like the Fatal 4-Way. What was it last Friday with Jessica, Mortis? Who else was there?
Mortis, man.
Luchador. But either way, that was one of the best matches that I've seen on Rampage in a while. So, what is it? Quality over quantity? Quantity over quantity.
Indeed, quality over quantity.
I just find it funny. We have a lot of podcasters and different things that make fun of even TNA for how many people attend their shows and stuff like that. But when you go to their shows, there's only like maybe 2 people watching. So it's like we really ain't got room to talk about somebody's viewership or ratings or anything like that. I just think it's kind of weird. Make sure your house clean before you talk about somebody else's house.
It's weird you say that. I hear echo. I think me and Gary was talking about when you go to an indie show. Mm-hmm. A lot of indie shows don't have 300 people. They could have 50 people, but the show can still be good. The wrestling is still good. So it don't matter if you in an interest. Let's put, since we want to bring up WWE, NXT then Black and Gold days. They ain't have freaking 1,000 people in the full cells. Probably like 340 people in there, baby. But they still had some good shows in there. TNA right now, as we speak, they're having good shows, but they don't have a full 1,000 people in there. You can see it. You know?
How much? But Tone, to that point, how many people you think they're bringing in?
If they had a small instrument,
just a regular,
probably 500, probably between 500 and 700.
How many people in this town would be happy to have 500 people show up to their live show or anything like that?
Man, you give us 500 viewers right now, I'll take it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
I'll take it right now.
It always kind of bothered me when people talked about like even the smaller promotions, like, oh, look at their viewers, look at it. I'm like, I kind of be happy with 200.
Bro, I just told you.
It's very weird to me.
Oh, wait, I just told you. I was at Philly in the 2300 for NWA. Not that many people. It still was a good show.
Well, that's what I was gonna get to. You mentioned that shit company NWA.
I'm sorry,
when they were good. When they first came back, they had some of the smallest crowds, period, because they brought back that old school studio wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They brought that studio wrestling back. So you got the little the little stands or whatever. You had the guy in the Tennessee orange jacket all the time, and the guy in the green screen suit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: it's about the production value over the attendance. It's the production value. It's so like when you mentioned Full Sail a little while ago and NXT. Even when they went to NXT 2.0 with the rainbow belt, their stadium, their arena, it looked small, it looked tight, it looked cramped. But even though I think the quality of wrestling was shit in that moment, they made it still feel like big fights feel. Because WWE's production level is just top notch. Nobody can beat them, but that's not the point of the conversation. It's about the production level. Gary, I hate your idea that might be going through with Collision being in NXT. That's what they got ROH for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
what they have ROH for.
I do agree with that one. Yeah,
I know it's rumor. I didn't like it, but. You was talking about Ospreay, Pac when I came back in. My apologies, my phone died.
Oh, no, you good, bro.
Once again, how the hell does Will Ospreay find it to damn near top himself match after match after big match? The best wrestler living and walking today.
I could try to answer. I could try to answer that because this dude. Just like we said earlier, it's not like they don't read or look at the bullshit that people type. And he challenged himself every damn time. When he was a junior in New Japan, this dude said, I'm going to be the best junior. You're going into the best junior class. And what happened? He came out and won the Super Juniors. He said, I'm going to turn heavyweight. I'm going to go against one of my heroes at the time, Kota Ibushi. Fucking beat Kota Ibushi and came out with a new finisher called the Hidden Blade. Then comes that I'm gonna turn heel. I'm gonna be the number one guy in New Japan. I'm gonna have to beat Okada. He beats Okada. He becomes the number one guy with one New Japan Cup. Comes over here and as a challenge because for some reason he think there's not a lot of American wrestling fans that know who the hell he is. Haha, you're wrong. But he still comes and challenges himself and says, I gotta be better than the next match. I gotta be Billy Goat. I gotta be the Billy Goat in this situation, or I don't deserve the contract that I got for AEW. So what did he do? The first match he had was against Takesha, if I'm not mistaken, and they put a bar. Then he had a match with Bryan Danielson. It's like he got to be better than the last match.
Absolutely. And
not
every
like he
time
wants
he touches down. Every single time he touches down in that match, it shows.
This is what hurts me when people say they don't put him in the list. And I think we had an episode a long time ago where they brought that damn list out, and I got a little emotional. It's on record. I got emotional because he was not top 10. Will Ospreay better be top 5. This next list. I don't care. I don't usually care about the list, but he better be top 5 of somebody's damn list this time.
Well, is he top 5 on your list?
That's right. Yes, sir.
That's all that matters.
Top
Fuck
5
everybody
win.
else's list.
Dude, he's
So
in my top
let me
3.
let me bring up a comment from Jermaine. He said
what you
that
got,
it looks like the AEW is getting another show called Shockwave. The only thing is that is this another show on the network, or is this a pay-per-view no one knows?
It is not going to
It's
be
not
a
a-
show.
it's not a
Tony
show.
said on the scrum last night, it's just going to make a big, shocking moment for AEW. Like, I think this is just in reference to
They gotta-
being announced.
It's a show that comes on at the Collision, and they always have one of the wrestlers host it. It's like pretty much showing outlandish videos or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's that. It's not. It pretty much had to do with wrestling, actually.
So they should call it the Shockmaster.
Oh God.
Not the Shockmaster.
Uh,
So it's like it's a behind the scenes show, is what you're saying.
No. It's like I saw it at the Collision one time. I think Will Ospreay was hosting it, and it's like just like a video show of shocking things, like a high speed chase that went wrong.
I'm good.
no.
The AEW wrestlers hosting it.
That's what I saw at the Collision.
I'm
Okay.
good.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's going to be a show. It's
Can't have
just
no Shockwave.
Oh, that show after Collision is a TNT show where they just have them on there. AEW won't own a TNT product. I think that Shockwave probably just refers to, like, you know how they do Winter is Coming? So there's a themed episode of Dynamite or a themed episode of Collision, or
Like
even
Beach-
particularly a
Beach shit they
themed
did.
pay-per-view.
Like the beach shit or beach
Like
blast.
Beach Break.
But I do want to mention this. He did say that this I guess this show is going to send shockwaves through the wrestling industry.
He say that a lot, don't he?
No, but when he does, I mean, sometimes it's hit and miss. But it's just I believe Shane McMahon may have something to do with this, or it could be Bobby Lashley, could be MVP. We don't know. There's a lot that's going on.
Electrified barbed wire cage match.
Nigga, no.
Shane's not going to wrestle. I don't think he's going to come in. But
yeah.
I mean, I love the idea that we don't know. I love that we don't know, and we have a true emotion when we find out what the fuck it is, instead of motherfuckers guessing and saying that they heard from a reliable source that's in the back telling us no.
You on the internet, right? You on the internet?
Mm-hmm.
You're on the internet, right? Tone?
Somewhat, yeah. What's up?
Yeah. You're gonna get that regardless.
Let's go to the next match. What's the next match, Mr.
All right, next match is Mercedes Moné versus my favorite AEW women's wrestler, Hikaru Shida, in a TBS championship match. It was a chippy match throughout the encounter. There was a moment where Shida kind of got out of herself. She got the kendo stick and was about to hit Mercedes with it, but opted not to. This momentary lapse in judgment allowed Mercedes to hit Shida with the moneymaker for the win, or money
Change that shit.
For the win. Some notable moments and observations of the match was Shida and Monet both had awesome gear that they mentioned. Monet came out in a Japanese robe but had on a gear with the American flag. Monet took Shida down in a crossface, and I think that was about it. Yeah, it was just some notable spots in there. But what did y'all think about the match?
Let's just put it this way: it was a lot more better than her previous match about 2 weeks ago, and I'll just leave it at that.
She needed to change that finisher move.
I like
Moneymaker.
It's a lot better.
She needed to change that. The crazy thing is, she had a way better match in the New Japan ring, and if that finisher actually looked a little bit decent, but
yeah, she did it to Kyrie, right?
So this
no, that's when she messed up the first time she did the Kyrie. She messed up, but it's just this match. Remember, this is a rematch from the Dynamite match that they had. So They had to do something a little different. Sheeta, they made me believe she was gonna win. I give you that. They made me believe she's gonna win, but that finish move, man, that's something I got a problem with.
Here's my opinion. So there's this old guy. I don't want to say his name because he's no longer affiliated with wrestling. But he always said it's not about what happens; it's about how it finishes. The finish, and that's what a lot of people are harping on right now when it comes to this match. They're concerned because they hate her finish. I don't like her finisher either. It needs to go away. But I like this match a lot. The match was in between two high, fast-paced matches. The match was methodical. It was wrestled well. I think the only thing that I saw inside the match is that Sheeta, and I could be wrong, I said this yesterday, Sheeta might have gotten blown up a little bit because Mercedes is hard to keep up with. Mercedes is a polished wrestler. Like, she's super polished. She's probably the most polished wrestler in AEW. The match was fine to me. People just don't like it because it was worked at a slow pace.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Sheeta got blown up.
One thing I will say, regardless of what I think of Monet, she can really carry a match, in my opinion. I liked one thing about this match. There was no interference. She won clean.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, kudos to that finish. And back what Chris was saying, yeah, I think this was easily better than her and Baker. But in Baker's defense, she just finally got back into the ring after a serious.
She had like a stroke or something. So I'll give her I'll give her a little bit of grace.
That was her second match.
Did you say she had a stroke?
She did.
Yeah. Baker. So a lot of people are being pretty hard on Baker. I'm like, well, I mean, she had a pretty serious medical.
That takes me back to what people are like. I swear, sometimes people are the ones that are very hypocritical are so fucking bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, man. Like, you're excited that Britt Baker's coming back 2 months later. You want her to be departing from the company. You don't want her on your television. Like, who the hell are you? Like,
right.
If she debuted in WWE, the next day, they'll be super excited and they'll say Tony Khan dropped the ball on her.
Exactly. I'm telling you, it's like they treat WWE like Brainiac. It's like they bring in all of these, I guess, wrestlers, and then they treat them as captives and then put them in their collection. And like, hey, you can't get them no more. We got them balled up, bitch. You ain't there. It's out, yeah. It's just And
as the one person on this show who recently has an uncle who had to have a heart transplant and just lost an old friend due to heart complications, Britt Baker coming back and being able to wrestle, we should all applaud her.
Thanks.
That's it. That we should all applaud her because that takes a lot to get through. But Monet and you forgot to say her name right, Hikaru Shida.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
No, you're right, Mayor.
Nah, but anyway,
he typed that shit.
You're right.
But Sheeta.
That's why she's my favorite.
Sheeta has been one of my favorites too ever since she touched down in AEW. Like my brother Mid-South said, the match did feel slow, but they both looked tired. Sheeta might have had the blown up face, but even with the slow, methodical type of match that was set, their slowness looked like fatigue on both of their parts. But still, was a decent match, was a good match. The only criticism that I have against Mercedes, she needs to stop doing the Three Amigos. Only because it is no longer getting over with the crowd, no matter who does it. I love and respect the tribute. She can do something different as a tribute that Eddie did. That Three Amigos got to go because it doesn't get over no more.
She could do the She could do the lasso from El Paso. No one does that finisher move.
Man,
nobody.
nobody even remember that move.
Like I said on Discord, she's
what
a
else?
heel
Everyone
anyway.
frog splash.
Just saying.
Like I said on Discord, she's a heel anyway. She shouldn't be doing a tribute to Eddie Guerrero. Eddie wouldn't do a tribute to anyone when he was working heel. Eddie would just be a heel.
Except for that frog splash. That's all.
Yep. You don't want people. She's a heel. I don't want to cheer her because she's doing a tribute to Guerrero. I want to boo her. Cut it.
True indeed. Did y'all cover the 4-way when in my absence?
Not yet.
That's next.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to the AEW World Championship match that was after
That's
Hikaru Shida.
I thought the 4-way was next.
Thickaroo.
After Hikaru Shida. Okay. So we had the 4-way Okada versus Orange Cassidy versus my boy Takeshita versus Briscoe for the Continental title. It was an okay match. I don't know. Let me see what y'all thoughts were about this. But Okada hit Cassidy with the Rainmaker and got the pin for the win. Some notable spots from the match was a double Hurricane Rana that they had in the match. Briscoe had some cool, funny moments that they said. Orange Cassidy and Briscoe trading pinfall attempts. And the main takeaway was the Okada Takeshita collision course that seems like is going to eventually happen. That's going to be pretty amazing. But what did you guys think about this match?
I think me and Mary said at the same time, like that right there, Okada and Takeshita. Give that to us now.
Well, I can see you give it to him now.
Yes.
Let it
simmer.
I'm still letting stuff simmer, man.
Put it low. You want McDonald's?
Yes.
I want 5-course meal, and I'm not even a 5-course meal type of person. I'll eat some McDonald's.
No,
but
don't judge me, goddamn.
But let that John simmer and cook.
I don't see the graphic for this one.
There was moments within the match that just it showed that's what looks like they're looking to set up, which worked.
Right.
Which worked. And when they walked out of the ring and Takeshita was outside the ring and Ospreay was getting ready to go up the ramp, there was a very quick stare down that they had that the camera focused on. And that's when I typed in the Discord. That's the moment. That right there is the matchmaking, the feud maker right there. That's all you needed. Just like something that I said in my TikTok earlier today. Sorry to harken back to Ospreay when Ricochet came out. All you need to make a match is, I'll see you soon. Stop sitting back there collecting checks. I'll see you soon. All you needed was Okada staring a very quick hole through Takeshita, and even their face-to-face in-ring. They played the match perfectly when they had Mark Briscoe, who, as I said, is a national treasure. We protect that man at all costs, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? But him and Orange Cassidy, they had to go, blow for blow for blow, but they did it proper. The slow build up with Cassidy's fun spot with the lazy chops. Then it was just like, yo, we're on the same team, but we both men. Let's go. But they never went that hard against each other, while the other two were trying to take them out and take each other out. Perfect placement, perfect. It felt like a filler match, but it worked, and it set the table for Okada. And then one last thing, because there was a comment in here back the first hour of the show when I was just in the comments, and somebody had the fucking nerve to say that the Bucks were bringing down Okada. Okada, from my point of view, looks like he is having the most fun he's had in wrestling, and I couldn't tell you how long. That man had to be a machine in New Japan. Reason why he's one of this era's GOAT, one of this era's greatest ever. Because that man is a wrestling machine. But now with all the little things that the Bucks have him doing, being the annoying heel that he is, this man is having fun. It's fucking amazing.
This dude is smiling. He's speaking more. Yeah. The man don't even do the Rainmaker pose no more.
There you go.
Everybody out.
There you go, Mayor.
Yeah.
That whack ass comment.
Yeah,
Shouts out to you though, Aubrey James. But that comment was whack.
But he puts the middle finger out. He says bitch a lot. He's having fun. You see it. This dude's going. No disrespect for everybody that wanted him to go to eat, but he's not gonna have this much fun over there.
So we were talking earlier about Garcia and what he could potentially do in the Continental Classic.
Correct.
I know we got plenty of time to worry about the Continental Classic, so I'm not gonna say who I want ultimately to win the thing. But if y'all don't see what I see coming, this Continental Classic is probably going to be better than next year's because we got the opportunity to see Okada versus Takeshita in the Continental Classic. Remember, Okada is the Continental Champion. He's gonna have to wrestle in the tournament with the title, which means if he don't win, he loses the title.
Correct.
That's the layout. So we got time to talk about it, but I don't want them to rush that story. I want it to start in the Continental Classic.
But with that layout, Okada has to make the final.
If technically, yes, he has to make the final. Well, he doesn't necessarily have to make the final. I guess I don't know.
No. He has to make the final so we can see Takeshita versus him because this is one of those we all believe Takeshita should be carrying a strap type of.
But remember, Hangman versus Swerve just technically culminated, but they've already wrestled 3 times. So Takeshita versus Okada is going to happen in the Continental Classic before the finals anyway. They're going to wrestle each other they might wrestle each other in the first round.
Let's go to Gary because Gary haven't said anything in the last few minutes. Gary, what did you think about this Fatal 4-Way?
I mean, it wasn't too bad. Unfortunately, I wasn't super hyped about it as the match was going on. And that's not to take it away from all 4 men because I really like all 4. The possibility of Takeshita and Okada happening right away. I do agree with everybody on this roundtable here. I mean, the fact that Takeshita does his finisher and then Okada pushes him out of the ring, then it really makes me believe we're going to see that match sooner rather than later. And I think that could maybe start this Wednesday. And who would have thought now all of a sudden Don Callis' family is pretty much all turning into baby faces. Like, isn't that weird now?
That is interesting. Yeah.
Except for Don Callis.
It's a very,
very interesting.
They're still going to chant fuck Don Callis, though.
Yeah.
So the match itself, I mean, I did enjoy it. I'm just glad that, we got all, like me personally, the 4 men were the deserving ones for this match. So
to Takeshita, that match from Revolution with Will Ospreay, I have to watch that again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, you have to.
Yeah, bro. Yes, I definitely got to watch that again.
I mean, Takeshita's going to start doing good things. He's doing the stuff up north in Canada here soon. And, Takeshita's making a big name for himself. And I want that to carry over now now with his return back to AEW.
I said this.
That may happen. That may happen, Steven, that Takeshita versus Okada at Wrestle Dream, because that is a dream match, technically.
I kind of said this on Discord, though. He did a good job in the G1. I think it's time to reward this man with some type of push. Now, I don't know what title, but some type of, because this dude has been working his butt off since last All In. Yeah, Takeshita, since last All In. Great run. I'll keep bringing up. He pinned Okada twice in 1 week, and then these matches he's getting out bangers and bangers with the likes of Okada. Not Okada. Ospreay. He had a nice one. I forgot It was on. I think it was Fletcher, Cal Fletcher,
Mhm.
and then this. I think he deserved to. I don't know. Maybe get just a title match. I don't have to win. Just get us a banger with it. That's all. I don't know. Does he deserve a push? Mystery question.
We'll answer your question, Jermaine, before we go to the next match.
I got an answer.
Jermaine
for
wants
that
to ask
too.
the panel. He says, mystery question of why is Mark Briscoe the ROH World Champion and is seen every AEW show and pay-per-view, and why can't we get Athena, who is the Ring of Honor
That's a good
World
question.
Champion, and
See-
can see her on TV and pay-per-views?
That's a damn good question.
We, I got an answer.
So,
Go ahead, my bad. I'm sorry, Gary.
No, it's okay, man. But yeah, I think at least Mark Briscoe is on, national television because we already know WBD was not all keen with the Briscoes, and Tony's doing Mark thing. We're getting televised for that. For the Athena thing, I mean, I think once her title reign comes to an end, which I expect at the next ROH pay-per-view, and then I think this is where we start seeing Athena on Dynamite a lot more. And I'm going to call it right now. I mean, I'm going to this fucking All In Texas show. She's going to win in her hometown for the AEW Women's Championship. Okay.
Isn't Athena hurt or no?
No, she not. She was.
Okay. Go ahead, Miss South. I'll wait for you.
No, I'm just gonna say something to Gary real quick. So just so you know, Gary, everyone here knows that parties at my house for All In next year.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
I'm going to that show.
Yeah, we having a cookout.
Oh,
yeah, we having a cookout at Miss South house. So we're all going to have a live cookout at his house. Also, we're going to go to the show together. So we're getting that all squared away. So yeah, everybody, if you do want to join, we'll definitely give you we'll give you all the details, probably like in the next upcoming months.
I'm taking a picture with that
Gotta
shield
try to get them
and that
hotel
Stormbreaker.
So silly.
Gotta try to get them hotel packages.
Oh man.
Oh no, we're doing Airbnbs. I'm not doing them.
Yeah, I don't do those bed bugs. But anyway,
no, you can get bed bugs at hotels too. I've been had a problem since Airbnbs are more convenient versus going to the hotels because the hotels are just super duper pricey. And yeah,
I only like hotels because when you're done, you can get up and go. In Airbnb, they can do some slick shit and charge you for some shit that you didn't even know. And
That's
you
fair.
get bopped over the head for some charges for stuff that you
gotta
touched that
clean
you
up,
didn't
cut
even
the
know.
grass.
All of a sudden you paying HOA fees and shit. Like, what's up with that? But nah.
try me if you
He
want
do got a
to.
point. Mayor got a point with that.
But back to the ROH thing. If ROH is not a regular television product, how do you persistently display said product so people can then go search it out? You got to display it somewhere. Same conversation I had with the guy that works for me. The one I told you I kind of just cut the wrestling conversation short after a little while because we were talking about that. But he got ROH guys on Dynamite all the time. They got regular Dynamite wrestlers that could be on Dynamite all the time. But we all got the internet. You could just Google it. You still have to sell your product. Right or wrong, people?
Actually, I did not think of that, dude. I very much agree.
So I just want to spend this time so since we bring her up that she is soon, I think like 7 days, she about to break Samoa Joe's title reign of one title reign day. So nobody don't talk about that. So
I love it.
Might as well congratulate her right now because she's doing one hell of a job. Especially when we saw her live in Philly, I thought she was gonna lose the damn belt right there. The girl's bad.
So I guess my question to that is, why do we not talk about that?
It's a good question.
Honestly, I do not know. With so many people that swear they watch Ring of Honor, and you would think that y'all would show some type of acknowledgement. Just like that's the word. That's the famous word of wrestling now. You got to acknowledge people these days. Acknowledge of this woman defending her title for almost 2 years.
Let me reinstate that question. Not reinstate it, but let me kind of twist it real quick. So, okay,
I'm really trying to go away.
I'm gonna answer it plainly.
Because I think that one's a little bit too easy. Okay, so you know that she's a great wrestler, but you're not going to acknowledge her because of the company that she works for. So with that being said, is this more so a tribalistic type of thing, or is it just more so like, well, I don't care for her because like she's not really one of my favorites. So like,
you got this, Mayor?
Number one, because women. Take that how you will. But number two, it's because of the access and accessibility of ROH.
So I can counter that one with you saying it's a woman, right?
Yeah. No, I say because women, because these wrestling fans act like they love women, act like they love women's wrestling, but only when it's certain women and only when it's placed in their face. I.e., that's why with the ROH statement, it's just like terrestrial radio. And people trying to say that rap and hip hop is a certain way, and it's killing our youth and it's you're being a lazy and not going to look for what you want to see or what you like. You can go look for ROH, you can go look for Athena, but because everybody, how come ROH don't have a TV deal? But ROH has been going and kicking and going strong. Go find it if you love it.
2002.
You know, if you like it, go find it.
It's not even. It came like once they came back, they still had a streaming service when they took their break, so they still had a streaming service when Tony Khan took over. Honor Club. When Tony Khan took over, he already announced that the TV shows is going to be on Honor Club. He told everybody where it's going to be at. So,
let me say. Oh, man.
I'll go finish. I'll get to you, man. So you already knew where it's going to be at. You know what the days is coming on. It comes on Thursdays. And again, like I just said not that long ago, it's a streaming service. So if you miss it, you can take your ass back on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and go back and watch it. So you don't. There's no excuse of I work on Thursday, watching on Friday. I'll watch last week's episode on Wednesday. No excuse. Don't give me that. I miss Dynamite. It's on Wednesdays when I work. Watch it Thursday. Guess what? It's on demand. TBS demand. What are you saying here, bro? You know. So don't. People cannot tell me that they didn't know that Athena was.
Wow.
You know why? Why you didn't know? Because you didn't go and watch. That's all.
I know she's
wow.
You just want to.
I'll say that for 6
minutes.
Yes,
Fat Daddy, you long-winded.
Yes,
you long-winded my statement. That's all.
Thank
it's
you.
The same shit. Stop being lazy. Go find it.
Well, I think I just nuked it. I'm sorry, bro.
No, we good. We here.
I know. It's just some people are slow, so I had to stretch it out a little bit for them.
Delay.
You had to do the ABCs.
Thank you.
Delay.
That's our new word, delay. Thank you.
Just so we're all clear. Tony Khan loves Ring of Honor. He loves it so much that he saved a dead company. The company had basically folded. He purchased it. He may have spent too much money on it, but he purchased it. As someone who actually subscribes to Honor Club, so I'm not saying anything to y'all because I don't know if any of y'all subscribe to it, but I subscribe to Honor Club. The focal point of Ring of Honor every week, it ain't Mark Briscoe. It ain't the world title. It's Athena. It's Athena and her minions. They are the focal point of every single week. They are the best thing about Watch Ring of Honor. Athena is on, even when she was injured, she was on the show every single week. She was in the main event. She has stomping, or whatever, what do they call it when the people challenge the champion? Stomping grounds or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has matches like that all of the time. She worked through an injury. Athena is the workhorse of not only Ring of Honor but AEW. Tony Khan has an agreement with Athena. Her focus is on Ring of Honor right now, and I suspect, I might be wrong about this, but I suspect this whole testing of this esports arena in Arlington, I'm really hoping that turns into like how NXT films in the same location every time. They really need to do that for Ring of Honor, and it needs to be in that esports arena.
Then I would say, didn't they test that in Texas with Collision?
They had Collision there, yes, every week, but they also had some ROH tapings on Saturday and Sunday. Well, they did the same thing, I don't know if people know this about NXT, but we just found this out yesterday. They don't charge to go to the show; they give away tickets. Every single person that's at those NXT shows got in for free.
Yeah,
and that's the exact same thing they did for Ring of Honor. For those two tapings that they had every Saturday and Sunday, that they gave us free tickets at the end of Collision to come back on Saturday or come back on Sunday in that case to watch the Ring of Honor taping. And that's when Sammy made
ratings, bro. But ratings. But attendance, bro.
right.
In this case, subscriber counts.
Wow.
Viewership, damn it. Viewership.
All right, boys. We're gonna go on to the next match. The first of the two main events of the evening. This was Bryan Danielson versus Jack Perry, the scapegoat, where Bryan Danielson won with a running Busaiku knee to retain the championship. In a back and forth match. Some takeaways from this was Perry had a very special video package at the beginning before his entrance. It actually listed the location of the pay-per-view in Chicago. Let's see, Danielson got to use the final countdown. That's what a lot of people were excited about. He got to use his countdown. Let's see, and then of course they have the after the match shenanigans, but first we're going to focus on just the match. What did you guys think of the match? Bryan Danielson versus Jack Perry.
And
we'll start with our guest first. Gary, what do you think, sir?
I think it was what it was. I think the main purpose was, Danielson to, he really wants to highlight a young star like Jack Perry. I'm just going to say this out of the way too, just to say it. I loved the special entrance for Jack Perry. But quit it with the fucking CM Punk chants. Damn, like let it yo. I like that one person in the crowd saying "fuck CM Punk." I am so tired of hearing it. Like, get over it.
I'm over that, bro.
It is so damn annoying.
I think they think they was in Chicago. One, they was outside Chicago. Two,
it happens every time, though, man.
Happens anytime. It doesn't matter if it's in or out of Chicago.
But this is the thing. Y'all think that's supposed to hurt the Young Bucks and Jack Perry when y'all playing in their hands? Like, okay, chant something. We're the Hills, whatever. Boo us, chant that, whatever. So that don't work. And like you said, somebody in that audience said, "Fuck CM Punk." I was like, "Whoa, oh, okay, cool." I don't know if he was done.
Yeah. I don't know. But there was a few moments in the match though where I really thought Jack Perry was going to win. This is what I love about Danielson, man. He makes a young and up and comer, regardless of Perry being here for 5 years. Just something about Danielson, which is why I respect this man to the fullest. Start to finish, it's just everything that you expect it to be. I'm glad there was no outside shenanigans or anything like that either.
Wait a minute.
What?
We did have outside. Damn Young Bucks.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know.
I think that's the only thing. I think it's the only thing I think I even put in Discord like, oh, we got some sports entertainment for 2 minutes when they came out. Like that's what, like that was it. But like you said, the match itself, man, it was Jack Perry. I think it was like another showcase match. I said it earlier for Dorian Garcia. I'm gonna say it for Jack Perry because people like to say he can't wrestle or he's in it because he's buddies with the Young Bucks, whatever. It's trying to show you, like, yo, y'all forget that this dude was the first man to win 50 matches in AEW. He was showcased a lot in AEW. He was, he won a tag team, a former tag team champion. They was trying his best with the Jungle Boy thing. He had to evolve a character using a real life situation that happened. Went to Japan, became the scapegoat, come back, punched the shit out of Tony Khan's belly, and he got a title match and showcased that, yo, I could wrestle. He even did he did Bryan Danielson's finisher submission on him. Right?
Cattle mutilation.
Right. So I mean, he like you said, Bryan made him, and he worked his ass off. Like, hey, he could be in a title picture for years to come. So that's how it was done.
Can we talk about post match?
Yes, please.
Did anyone else had anything they want? Anybody else had anything they want?
No, y'all. Listen, I said what I said last night. Y'all got it.
All right,
this was all about the post match. Though okay. I want to go to real quick. You'll get it. Oh, I got you. But Gary, because your man's itching, like he's ready to blast off out of his seat. I got you. The one thing I wanted to mention about the entrance, that bus looked similar to one of those brawls that they had.
Yeah, it was the same
one that the bus blew up.
It was the same. Yeah, it was the same truck.
Same school bus. Same short school bus.
It's not exactly a school bus. It's actually one of those luxurious like buses that you go to the club and you go to some of these like upscale restaurants and these clubs. So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Well, like you called it Sweet Tooth vibes last night.
Thank you so much because that's exactly what it was.
All right. The metal?
But
all right.
But yeah, nah. I just like the fact that when he was Jungle Boy, I was one of those people who was just like, how is he going to get himself out of this hole of this character? And I'm glad the real life shit happened backstage because we got Jungle Man now. We got the scapegoat, Jungle Man,
Tarzan,
Jack Perry.
It's like a superhero shit.
And I appreciate it. Now, Mid-South.
Go ahead, Mid-South.
I'm not going all the way into everything that happened post-match, but I just want to talk about the first part of it. Fucking Christian, man.
Christian needs to retire.
What?
I thought he was
gonna
give him the belt, bro.
Bro, Chris been a hate on Christian for years.
Christian needs to retire. I don't give a damn about you and your moist shit about Christian. Christian came out at the most uncomfortable time.
Perfect time.
I mean, no, it was not perfect. It was not perfect because it wasn't even fucking needed. But I get it. I get it.
Island by yourself.
It's like you got the fucking money in the bank.
Let him get shit off. Let him get it off.
It's like you got the money in the bank briefcase, and you like. There's no reason for you to have it at all. You just coming out there like having your white tea energy. Here is my white privilege.
The best thing about it is that we weren't even thinking about it. It hadn't even.
I didn't want to think about it. That's the point.
And Luchasaurus popped up in the ring, and then all of a sudden Christian comes walking down.
You mean Dragon Sword in battle mode?
And we all thought Christian was going to walk away with that title.
No. I beg to differ on that one. Who didn't think? Wait a second. Are we getting a Jurassic Express freaking reunion?
That was the
first
Easter egg. Yeah,
That was the
That
first
was
step.
that was the first step. But then when they spun that camera around and we seen Christian slow bop his way to the ring, it was just like, you motherfucker. And that's exactly what it felt. It was like, you motherfucker. But then
Easter egg.
Then the portion that is bothering me now, but it's doing what it's supposed to do because now it's making me hate characters, is that fucking Aryan Nation look that these two guys are now giving off.
Oh, the Redskin one. Oh, yeah.
The American History X.
Yeah.
As a person who had a real life interaction, it didn't come to blows with skinheads. I'm sorry to say it on the platform like that, but
we're not on TikTok.
There's big facts, but YouTube can be a little funky too. You know, I'm on YouTube. But a person who had a real life interaction with skinheads back in the day, with my white best friend right next to me, standing 10 toes down with me, just in case if some shit popped off, which nothing did. That shit bothered me. And then it gets into the interesting stuff.
Whew.
I mean, they put a bag over this dude's head. Like, it was getting a little wicked.
What's
wicked he could have just simply put a finger and popped the hole.
I mean, but my thing, but you know what? My thing is like
that right there. That part right there.
He cried, and that man was literally crying. See, this is the thing. This is why I don't like fans of 2024. You guys are fucking moist as fuck, but then yet disrespectful. Like, it's just you can't have it both ways. It's either you want to stand on business or you gonna be a pussyfied ass bitch. I mean, it's either one or the two. Because I am so sick and tired of these so-called, I'm so uncomfortable, but then sit up here and be the most toxic bitch in the room. Like, I don't get it.
But they said they want the Attitude Era back. They want violence.
Right. That part, bro. That part.
Hey, wrong
one. Gary.
I want it back.
Gary, these are the same fans that I want the Attitude Era back and will praise what's his name with the gun in the house.
Brian Pillman.
Yes.
This is by far Christian's best friend. Facts, Steven.
Yes.
I don't know what Chris talking about.
Listen. I
Chris is Batista right now. He walks alone.
I do.
Christian.
Listen, that's why I don't call them all elite. I call them Attitude Era wrestling. God damn it, they give you what you wanted. You just mad because it's not where you want it.
That's where it is. And if you guys
that right there, that post thing, right with Moxley. No one not even talking about this part. Moxley hugging Brian and Willow looking at like, wait a minute, you don't like hugging people. Like, what's going on? And then you got Pac holding him back. Like, dude, you just got replaced.
Like y'all talking
I'm sitting up here and I'm like thinking about something. I'm racking my brain, right?
It's premeditated.
Because like somebody got fucking crucified, like Raven got crucified by Tommy Dreamer, like when he was in ECW, and hit him with a steel chair in the head unprotected like several times. Yeah. And yet people are bitching and complaining about someone being tortured in the fucking ring. Like, I'm like, okay, well, so what? Like,
Chris, that moment
who is these people that's complaining? Is it these
Chris, that moment, most of these fans weren't even alive for.
That's what I'm saying.
Of course not. But this is why we have the internet. This is why people need to do their fucking research. As a matter of fact, I got a interesting wait for TikTok. Just wait for TikTok. This one was a doozy.
Miss off. Say what you just typed.
The same thing happened. The whole 23 chair shots with the Rock gave to Mick Foley back in the day.
Yes.
To the head.
In front of his wife. Only in front of his wife
and child.
In front of his child.
But we don't talk about that
Cinema.
shit. We don't talk about
Cinema.
it. Yeah, that's cinema.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we don't talk about that.
Talk about cinema in this match.
Listen, y'all talked about WrestleMania, Edge against Mick Foley, and this dude went through a table. Y'all lost your damn mind. In the same state in Illinois,
Chicago, Illinois, in the United Center.
Y'all sure y'all want this back? Because if y'all do, I don't think y'all ready for it.
I don't know.
So,
No. I don't think that
Gary wanted to get something off just a second
Okay.
ago.
Okay,
But
sorry.
I will say, everything y'all mentioned about Mick Foley is still light compared to what he went through in the King of Deathmatch tournament.
Oh no, I wish I could talk about that, bro.
And I think I got that on tape. But Gary, I know you was trying to say something.
Yeah, man. Post match, I'm not going to deny here. And I'm a fucking grown man that loves wrestling. This background here, that's on my green screen. No joke. When I was watching that, this brought cinema to a whole new level because me being a fucking 36-year-old man that enjoys wrestling really felt the realism in this with Yuta. I was in fucking tears, man. Like that is what I love to see. And to make the cinema more cool is the best friends of Brian for many, many years was actually wearing the same plain white t-shirt that Bryan Danielson made his debut with. All out. Perfect. Like
That's right.
a playback was perfect, man. And this is what I'm saying. The people that say, oh, AEW doesn't do storylines, they don't know what they're doing. They plant the little fucking eggs that I'm just going to say it. AEW fans are very smart with their memory. They're not dumb. They're not what Mitzel said earlier. They're not fucking brainwashed. They pay attention to the
delayed
unconditionally and get synchronized, and that's where they can really remember. Like this, wow.
I got some cinema for you. I'm gonna say what I said on TikTok yesterday. If you go back and watch what happened at the end of that segment, we were just talking about it. This picture that you're looking at right here. Here's the cinema part of it. It was a reverse camera action where the camera was zeroed in on what was happening post-match, where they did the whole raise your hand thing and all that stuff. But Pac and Wheeler Yuta faded to the back. Wheeler Yuta and Pac were hugging. They were hugging, celebrating. And then, as it was happening, they switched roles. They completely made a 180 and turned. And that's when you saw Pac holding Yuta back, and you can see Wheeler Yuta's face go from happy to crying. You can, if you go back and rewind it, you can see him go from being celebrated, being happy, to being mad. That's pure cinema.
Not a fucking bracelet, everybody.
This is the age of this is the age of where everybody pay attention to the small details. Not just wrestling. They see something small detail. Well, no. This we're not saying age of everything. Movies, wrestling, TV shows. They look for small details where you could like, oh, this could be this could represent this. And with wrestling today, just like you just mentioned, the T-shirt represent Bryan Danielson's debut. The turnaround with Will Euler. Like we forget this show. Like Will Euler turned into Bryan Danielson from a couple weeks ago on Dynamite. It was Bryan Danielson who was crying when he was getting butt whooped by Swerve. So now you got Euler crying when he gets butt whooped by Moxley, or again suffocated by Moxley. And now you got a new version. What we call this the BCC 2.0. Who knows? We'll find out on Wednesday. That's the beauty about it. We'll find out on Wednesday. So I love it. I think all of us love the shit. At least you can call us sick all you want. We grew up on this shit. We still love the shit. So
I made a bold prediction what's going to happen out of this. So number one, I don't know if you guys saw, but the post segment, the fact that Wheeler Yuta wanted to join Bryan Danielson out back just to be sure he was fine. I think this plants the seeds where Wheeler Yuta is going to be removed from the group because Brian brought Yuta to be part of BECC. I was thankful to be a part of that Dynamite where Regal and Moxley and Brian, introduced Wheeler into the group. So what I think is going to happen, this plants the seeds for something very smart and very intelligent.
You do remember how he got into the group.
With Yuta going to be removed from the group, who is going to replace him? Well, let's see. John Moxley has been calling out a name.
No.
This person has a match against Bryan Danielson at Grand Slam.
Darby Allin.
Darby's going to go full-blown heel, and he's going to join John Moxley's group.
I'm seeing that now.
No.
It's got.
I am seeing that now.
I see them teasing that, like making it seem like they're leading up to it, and then if he don't win, they beat his ass after the match. That's how I see it. Like you tease it and put it in Brian's head, like you're going with them. Like we've seen this before, where they're teasing someone that's going to join them, but they don't. I see it that way.
I think it's because Darby is just that hardcore, kick-ass feel more than Yuta. I mean, Yuta's more of the technician type guy, and then Darby's more of the, I'm going to make you bleed all over like a crimson mask type thing. So I don't know. It's just a prediction that I made on my page, but it's going to be interesting.
It's no longer, what they're showing is it's no longer about being pure. And Wheeler Yuta's a pure, one of the pure wrestlers, if you want to say. This goes right into, the dirty element. And Darby Allin he fits the description. Face paint or not. He fits that pale ass description.
And then also, this is a version that we have never seen since he had been in AEW. He has never been a heel in AEW.
But does Darby have the character, the personality of someone who can never truly be a heel?
Nigga, are you serious?
The man tries to kill him, tries to unalive himself almost every match.
This man got hit by a bus twice.
Darby Allin is AEW cinema. The man is a filmmaker.
Question.
You're proving my point.
Right.
All of that stuff to his body, very Jeff Hardy-like. He is a natural baby face. He is someone that kids look up to. Kids come to
This man will literally, if he had to, he would self-destruct just to kill you.
Kids come to the arena for two and dress up. They dress up for two people in AEW: Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
Action with Roman Reigns, and look what happened with him.
Hold on.
My bad. I had a response, but go ahead.
I like Nasty Leroy's comment. He said it's about pure violence now. It's about pure violence. It's not about like Mary said, it ain't about the pure. No. It's about kicking ass. They've been Mox's been kicking ass. Well, I should say Maria's been kicking ass since they came back. If Darby goes this route, there's not gonna be no more.
But you just said it though. Darby doesn't kick ass. He just kills himself.
Well, wait, no, listen to what I'm saying though. If he goes this route, there's no more kids painting. You mentioned Jeff Hardy.
No, you're wrong there too.
Do you remember when Jeff Hardy turned heel in TNA and how that shit went?
With the immortal stuff?
With the immortal stuff, he came out smoking Newports and shit, loose cigarettes.
It was good till he self-destructed. It was like, he was doing this for real.
One thing I ain't gonna worry about is Darby Allin self-destruct.
Yeah.
But he got to go opposite, character-wise. Not wrestling.
I must say Darby's straight edge, right?
Yeah, he is.
It's like I said before. Darby already fits the description. And the way that these kids are now, yes, Crash says dummy for sure, but the way that these kids are now, the villain is the cool guy. So wait till
about teenagers. We're talking about children.
I'm talking about kids.
Under 12 years old.
About kids. I'm talking about anybody younger than me. It don't fucking pick a number.
9 years old. 9 years old. Nine. Nine.
These 9-year-olds are little badasses.
Not my 9-year-old.
Yeah, neither were mine because we raised them right. Props to you, good father. But but no, these kids, regardless, they're gonna if the kids don't catch on, then guess what? They're gonna be crying in mommy and daddy's arms. Heel job complete. Darby rides that line to where if you need somebody to turn on the new, the Hail CCC or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He can be that guy because he already rides that thin line of he plays the darkness role to where it can go either way. It's literally a flip of a switch. But still give you those, you know what I'm saying? He could still give those shades of you don't know what's coming next. And then the cinematic quality that man here mentally and then visually he can put behind it. Remember that first Sting match in that warehouse, he did that.
I'm not saying y'all don't make sense when it comes to it. It makes sense for his type of. It makes sense in the way y'all are explaining it. I just don't think it's gonna happen based off of what I've seen from Darby Allin. Based off of he is not he ain't a world breaker. He damages himself. He sacrifices himself. And that just don't scream heel.
That's why I say if it don't happen, they gonna tease it to this Grand Slam match, and if it don't, that's when they gonna beat his ass and Brian's ass until we find out who's the new member, possibly Pac and somebody else. So we'll find out. That's the thing. We will find out. I love it.
He could turn that same thing into his favor though, Miss Out, because he could say, if I'm willing to do this to myself, what you think I'm gonna do to you?
Which he already said.
Word.
Yeah, exactly. So he could turn that into a heel.
Oh yeah.
All right, everyone. Let's get to the main event. The event that was not sanctioned at all.
The lights out match. Swerve versus Hangman Page in a cage match. Hard hitting match of the year candidate. It's just a lot of people had a lot of things to say about it. Heavily touted.
Yeah.
Also, once again, we always talk about the people that were involved. Prince Nana, he even played a good part and he played a good role on the outside. Just the staples, all the different things. I'll let y'all talk about that. But where do y'all want to? I'm not even gonna give the results of it. I'll let everyone talk about it. But what do y'all think about this match, and who wants to go first?
Please don't give the results. Just like when I asked in the Discord, who won, and everybody ignored me. But I'll wait my turn.
I was on the Discord that happened, sir.
I'll let you get the results.
I'll just talk about the start of the match.
All right.
Them trying to off themselves by the cage lowering down and severing one of their heads. That's gonna be an all-time meme. That was all.
They were fighting before the thing could finally fully close.
I need. There's a rule. We got a rule where do not try to superplex Kevin Owens. Do not try to powerbomb Kidman. Do not use a staple gun with Swerve. It's like it's tickling him. Stop it.
Don't jump off of stuff versus Randy Orton.
It's like head under Samoan.
It's certain rules. That's the new rule now. Stop using staple guns with this dude. It's like, did y'all not watch the last few matches when he came with staple guns? The Elite had 5 of them. He was laughing at them. Stop it. And then there's a spot the cinder block. Everybody's like, oh, he about to break the cinder block. No, they power bombed and vertebrae, and that shit didn't break. I was like, oh, that's a real cinder block.
It scratched the hell out of Hangman's back, though.
Oh yeah, he got that spot. He's like, oh, lower. But the sickest part of the match, besides what we're gonna get to the end, possibly is with that. I think it was a stomp through the table. Like we've seen this when he did with Ospreay. Yeah, we've seen what he did with Ospreay, and then he did the house call to the cage. Like the question was in the beginning of this match was, how are they going to top the last 2 matches? I was like, how you gonna top these last 2 matches that y'all had in a steel cage? You're gonna put all these weapons in a bag, and then I'll let y'all talk about the rest because my God, that ending.
So the blow to the head, that is going to be the topic this week because they're already talking about it on Twitter.
Yeah, all the
And I
rust-
am going to be on Twitter patrol if it's Bully Ray, if it's some bitch ass motherfucker named the Chaster, which I will be discussing on TikTok in just a little bit when we're done with this podcast. And shout out to Light Skin and Gouging for his video because while you guys were talking, I was actually looking at his video and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. He actually said this is actually a real article, y'all. This is a real article, and I'm going to show it to you. That blow to the head, which is it gave me Mr. Kennedy chair shot to Eddie Guerrero. It was one of the nasty ones, and then I found out like that night he passed away, and I thought it was because of that blow, and I was very upset with Mr. Candy. I was very upset because I thought that was what killed him, but it was a heart attack.
Oh wow.
But this match, I need therapy. I still do. Not gonna lie, like I still need therapy for this match. This match was very uncomfortable. Was very, and this is what I need. This is how you know that this is a real feud. Then anytime that you watch a real feud with someone, a blood feud, if you can't feel it, this is not a real feud. If you can't like sympathize what these individuals are going through, they are literally trying to kill each other in that fucking ring. If you don't feel that, this is not a real feud. So this is what I'm going to discuss to each and every one of you motherfuckers. If you do not know a blood feud like Terry Terry Funk and Mick Foley, you need to do some investigating on that. Let's see what other type of feud. Dusty Rhodes versus Ric Flair. Undertaker versus Mankind. Rock versus Stone Cold. All of these feuds, you actually felt it. Rock versus Mankind. Feud. Blood feuds. This one right here took it to a whole new level. A whole new. This man put a syringe in this motherfucker's mouth. I don't know if this was supposed to knock him out, but that chair shot did. I told you, I can't even see that. I can't even. No, I can't even watch that shit.
So the question I got with that is, what was that? Was it something to numb? Was it something to numb the pain that's about to happen?
Like I said, if that syringe did not numb it, that chair did.
Shock and awe.
Just keep it real.
Shock and awe. And let me just piggyback off of what Chris just said. For as far as when it comes to blood feud goes, most of what he mentioned as far as great feuds, everything he mentioned was great feuds. But blood feud is what you just saw with this. Blood feud is literally select few. Like I honestly wouldn't even call Funk and Foley a blood feud. Those were like eternal rivals. That most of their matches were by way of blood, barbed wire, fire, stuff like that, because they were already doing that. The feels in this match, because like I said, I was driving home when this main event was on, but I went back to try to look at some of the stuff that I missed. It didn't move me like it moved y'all because I grew up to a point watching deathmatch wrestling. So I've seen a lot of this stuff already in a way. I've seen it way more gruesome. I've seen it way more brutal. I watched somebody on YouTube get power bombed in a board of scissors. I've watched people get power bombed on boards of razor blades. Light tubes always bother me because of the small glass shards getting stuck in places that you don't want shit to get stuck in. I've watched the CZW clips where Zandig and I forgot, I think it was Madman Pondo or somebody else jumping off of the roof of a freaking warehouse through tables into a back of a pickup. Like, I've seen some of the crazy. This got this generation that doesn't pay attention to that world. It got y'all, and I've seen every spot where it got y'all. And this whole match, unsanctioned, lights out, this was perfect for what it was. That chair shot, we've seen that chair shot before, but it was a perfect ending for this. Perfect placement, perfect. This match was cinema, if you want to say, with added violence. The syringe spot, though, that's the only thing that like I said to y'all a second ago, shock and awe. But it brought me back to last year with XP. I'm not gonna say the rest. That garbage mud show company out there with the freaking idiot owner and all that stuff. They did a spot last year. I think it was last year, where somebody stuck the syringe in dude's meat.
Nah, damn it. I don't remember that.
That was purposeless. This one I understood. And at least it was in a safer for workplace in the mouth. Which, black people, we got full faces, we got full lips. We don't need the injections in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need the added injections. But the syringe shit was literally like the holy shit, they went this far. Which makes you say, how much further can they go? What I think personally, after all of this, one more match, and it's going to be a straight up match, I think. No shenanigans, no nothing. 1, 2, 3, a submission in the ring. But then this, honestly, and I want to know how y'all feel about this. This is what I really would love to see out of this. They hit one of Hangman's bars. They're sitting at the bar. You know what, dude? We went through all of this shit. We went through hell, back, beyond. Yeah, we did. We did some fucked up shit. You invaded my home. You burnt down my home. There ain't nothing else we could do to each other. You know, and then what do they do? They finish their drink. They put the glasses down, and I would love to see them make a tag run together.
I swear, I
thought you were gonna say they're gonna start brawling again.
No. But you think about some of the best rivals become great tag teams.
You had me until you said tag match. You set it up perfectly, but you set it up perfectly for an Iron Man match. That's what I think the next step is.
Well, yeah. I know. See, but that's where I said I think because that's why I said I think the next match should be something straight up. But then once it's done, they again, long-term storytelling, bring Adam Page back to the bar, drinking again, but not going into the I'm an alcoholic, but they're just having a drink, looking like they were sharing war stories against each other, and just be like, you know what, we got to move past this. And then let them run wild as like a dominating team. But Iron Man match, that could be the next. Because, Swerve has been masterful this year. Hate him or love him, he's been masterful this year. And this man consistently displayed he can do each and every style you think of. The one thing he fully hasn't shown was like a true lucha style. But no, Wrestler of the Year is Will Ospreay. Will can be second. I mean, what's the name? Swerve can be second. Will is light years above everybody else.
Look at the criteria.
The one thing I'm going to say about this feud you had people siding or paying attention, like, yo, that had us confused. Like, the question, who's the heel? Who's the face? Like, dude, look at the fucking story. Like, make your own choice of that. Like, okay, you put yourself in a position. Like, how would you act if someone broke in your house and went to your baby's crib for a t-shirt? Or how would you act if someone burnt you? When you put yourself in positions, first of all, it was a little bit, it got to the point that you was like, you had to think, put yourself in some real situations. You invested in this feud. It always became part of your life. And I don't know which one of y'all said. I know one of y'all said on here. The one feud that did not even need the title.
And that's the best part. Not every feud needs a title.
They don't. And it didn't need a title because he was champion. Everybody wanted him to go for the title. Everybody thought he's gonna win the Owen and win the title shot. Everybody thought he's gonna win whatever other opportunity he had to win the title shot. And it didn't happen. And then when Swerve lost the title, they went right back and found each other.
This is what I said.
Wait. Hang on. Let me just get to the conversation, okay, real quick. And then we're going to go to Gary because Gary haven't said anything yet. So
Gary bounced unless he's in the background.
Did he?
Yeah, he's been gone.
The panel, Chris?
Yeah, he left.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, damn.
Oh, okay.
You didn't even know he left?
Right. No,
I saw it.
I'll get to y'all comments in a second. We're just gonna go around for one last go around, and then we'll get to y'all comments, and then we'll end the show. Go ahead, who went next.
So this is why I said the other day that when Swerve, I didn't want Swerve to lose to Danielson, but what we just watched. We watched a blood feud in a pay-per-view. They were the main event, not the title. AEW did the right thing by getting the title off of Swerve for this run because this blood feud is more important than the title. And the best thing, the very best thing about all of this, especially me being a black man, Swerve is a main eventer. No questions about it now. He used to be a mid-carder at best. Swerve has the body of a main eventer because he's gotten a whole lot thicker, and he is a main eventer who we believe will be champion again. That's the best thing about it.
That's why I ain't look up. I knew somebody would look at you when you said that.
I don't do that.
I know. It's just come on now. We gotta laugh.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
I think we were done. Are we giving grades?
Yeah, so we're gonna we'll go around the room for final thoughts and get ready to start wrapping the show up, man. Once again, thank you everyone for joining the panel today for the All Out review. Once again, look at all of the panelists in their name tag. You see where you can follow them on the various platforms. Shout out to the Mayor of the Starting Five Podcast at Dan the Mayor on TikTok. We have our boy Miss Out at Miss Out to NWA on TikTok. You can also see him chatting with Chris live on a lot of the cookouts. Mm-hmm. Also, our boy WILDCARD Chris over on the far left corner at H4L Wrestling Podcast on TikTok. And my boy to my left over here, Mr. Attention Getter at TikTok. He got like 8 nicknames. He's Mr. Attention Getter. He's Fat Daddy Enforcer.
I got warrants.
You know, so don't look up Enforcer. Somebody's gonna come up. You gotta make sure it's Attention Getter.
As Stephen A says, stay off the damn weed.
Never.
You see in this background. But all right. So who wants to start our final statements segment?
So let's go to the comments first. You guys have been awesome like all night. We definitely do appreciate you guys. So I'm just gonna pick one of the comments. If I don't get to yours, I'm so sorry. But then also too, we're gonna start doing heel mail. So anything that we miss, and if you guys do want to ask us, You can email us at healsforlife@gmail.com.
Wrestling
And
podcast.
wrestling podcast. Yep. So Heals for Life Wrestling Podcast @gmail.com. Just send us an email and then we'll get to it and we'll read your comments.
You should get a Hotmail so it kind of flows. Heel
No.
mail at Hotmail.
No,
That's
nigga.
not, man.
All right. So
still got
Danny is right. So Danny, you said when do you guys think that Shane McMahon comes in? Definitely when it's involved with Mox. I don't know. I think that's a little bit far-fetched, but then again, remember them two had a meeting. Tony Khan and Shane McMahon had a meeting. And we don't even know what the fuck that was about. So yeah.
I think he doesn't, Chris. And Shane McMahon actually said it in a video. All we did was talk about our love for the business and a couple other business-like things. He didn't mention, no, I'm coming to the AEW. I'm coming to work for AEW. He mentioned none of that. He didn't mention exactly what in detail what the conversation was. But I think that the Tony Khan, Shane McMahon was a picture and like a chance happening circumstance meeting.
Okay, cool. And then the next let's see let me just get to this one. Gyna, I believe forever. Heyman will retire Danielson and become the world champion, then hold it until All In, where he'll face Swerve, when Swerve will win the title back from Hangman. Nah, bro, that's not gonna happen. That's way too long. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, that's gonna be way too long because there's a lot of storylines that's going on right now. With the Wrestle Dream, and then you gotta understand too, how is Hangman going to get this title shot? I mean, he doesn't have the money, the money and the contract like Christian does. That if he had that, if he was in that position, that'd be a different story. But that's something we just have to kind of wait and see. Not saying your thought process is wrong, but I just really feel that yeah. So I think that concludes all of the comments. So yeah, once again, everybody, if you got a comment, you got a question for anybody on the panel, just email us. Ziggy, go ahead. Did Ziggy leave?
He said he sent a message. Private chat.
His kid woke up.
Yeah.
Okay. So it looks like I'm the only one here. Oh, okay. All right. So let's go around for final thoughts. Let's go with. I'm still here. Just now coming. Okay. Let's go to Miss South. Go ahead.
I don't have much to say for final thoughts. I mean, All Out was incredible to me. Hands down, the best pay-per-view of the year. And I only say it's the best pay-per-view of the year because there wasn't technically a bad match on the show. I mean, you go from, if you just think about it on the match by match basis, it has to be considered the best pay-per-view of this year. That's it for me.
Okay, cool. All right, Mayor, go ahead.
One of the best pay-per-views of this year, and in my humble opinion, even though my name I purposely put down tribalist, this is honestly a non-tribalist take. AEW has had for comparison of the two main American companies, AEW is hands down had by far the best pay-per-views all year. This one was one of them. This was a show, let's keep it real. They could have also held it for Halloween and how graphic and horror like it was in some ways. And it wasn't even horror. It was like psychodrama, realism, like horror, the way that this one went down. But I gave this pay-per-view an A as far as a letter grade is concerned. AEW can't miss when it comes to pay-per-views.
Got you. All right. Bad Daddy, last word.
That's pretty much what I was gonna say. Like it seems like AEW is on a good pay-per-view winning streak going on here, and like think about this: they did 2 pay-per-views within 2 weeks, and one was a celebration, like a graduation, and this one was a funeral. Like it was crazy. You had, with this pay-per-view, for those that are, like I said earlier, that have been begging for an Attitude Era, it remind me of Attitude Era pay-per-view with some good wrestling. All across the board. The ladies showed out, not just one match, but both matches. The ladies showed out. Big ups to all 4 ladies. Will Ospreay, he don't miss. I'm sorry, Mello, but Will don't miss. And we top this with Hangman and Swerve. Like, good lord, that was the question for me. Like, how they gonna top the first 2? And damn it, we're talking about the third one. And the shocker with the Blackpool Combat Club situation. So everything across the board. There was some star-making performances with Jack Perry and Dan Garcia. I had nothing bad to say about All Out. Let's see. This can't wait for Wednesday. See what's the follow up. That's it.
Cool beans. All right. Well, everyone, that concludes our show. Damn, we went over 3 hours plus. Damn. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. But yes, everybody, if you want to take a look at our merch, please go to ProWrestlingTees.com where we have our merch there. We will be getting some more merch. I will be having another t-shirt that's is going to be another I Digress shirt and another one in Zamunda. I'm going to have that one. Also, the Wrestling Talk Cookout. That is also that's also going to be in the making as well. Tune in to the let me see, the presidential debate on Tuesday, 7:00 Central, 8:00 Eastern. I'm not exactly sure if we're going to have wrestling debates and catering on TikTok, but I'll let you guys know. That usually is on 9:00 Central, 10:00 Eastern. So once again, follow us on TikTok for that. There's a lot of shit that we're doing on TikTok and on social media that you guys need to follow us for real. You know what I'm saying? We're building our community and we want you guys to be a part of it. That's why we're doing what we are doing. I appreciate everyone coming on. Gary, if Gary can hear me, Mr. Mid-South and Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for coming on. Matter of fact, to our guests, where can we find you on social media?
Mid-South to NWA on TikTok. Hit me up.
Hey,
Mayor.
Mayor.
And me, you can find me a ton of places. The Star 5 Podcast on YouTube. Hit us up there. Follow us there. The Star 5 Podcast Facebook group. TikTok at Dan the Mayor. Instagram at the Starting 5_podcast. Same name for Threads. Fuck Twitter for life. I'm out.
All right.
Once again, everybody, we'll see you guys next Sunday at 7:04. Yes.
Wait. Forgot to announce this. Snug Wrestling Podcast. I will be a special guest this Tuesday. Check it out.
Nice. All right, everybody. Once again, follow us on social media. Please like this content. Please like it, share it, comment, do all that good shit. We'll see you guys next Sunday at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, and have a blessed work week. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.
nothing sweet around.